I sent you.
Mhm.
That was just an example of
Right,
an
right.
original Roman find.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, you are in a bad place right now,
Mm.
and they don't even seem to be reacting to your like advances.
Yes, right, yeah.
Emulation.
Mhm.
That avenue seems not to work as well.
Right.
Dire straits indeed.
Alright, I started recording.
Cool.
Since we were going into what happened last week.
Yeah, I've put our theme song down here, and as always, welcome back to the Forge of Fury. Another episode, might be the season finale, and yeah, for starters, of course, we can see again our heroes striking heroic poses in a picturesque mountain setting. You see the camera panning in on them while they're looking all badassy, and probably we'll see a few recaps of your heroic deeds so far. The vanquishing of the great Ulf and the slaying of orcs, your intrusion into the troglodyte caverns, and finally fighting Duergar and undead in the forge proper. Draconis, Furble hasn't given us his view of the of what came to pass so far, so why don't you start us off with what you remember?
Just a recap of last week.
Yeah.
From Furble's perspective.
Right. Well, I took a bit of a rest, and then decided to try and catch up with my group. However, shortly after catching up with them and watching them dispatch a few baddies, we ran into a ghost that scared the shite out of me, and I'm on the run. And I'm hoping I survive. That's about all he was there for.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, you had that fight with the white in the old dwarven chapel before that, and were able to send a couple of skeletons back to certain death. But the ghost, that was the thing that really stuck with you. You aged 40 years, right?
Yep. Yeah, he basically doubled his age.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, like will not have any disadvantage when it comes to rules, because with Nablin live a bit longer than humans. But still, that was a scary situation to see the life force be drained out of you just by the horror of viewing Arundel's twisted form. And on the other side of the Great Hall, Lawkeeper was fleeing toward his ancient home, place he was made in, the forge of Durgadin the Black, where he could hear the ringing of hammers. And as soon as he came into that room, though, he realized that it was not the people who made him who were working these forges now, but the dark cousins of the dwarves, the Duergar of the Underdark. And when Scarlet came to rescue him, you got spotted, and a Duergar mage by the name of Snorraven made you lay down your arms, and the Duergar have now put you in irons, and Lawkeeper is being carried away to a person called Nimira, who Snorraven said was a great sword fighter, and truly worthy of a blade such as Lawkeeper. Also, you learned that your sister sword, another powerful magical weapon from the hand of Durgadin, was already in the possession of these dwarves. And well, now they want to get their hands on you and convince you to serve their cause, whatever that might be. How that turns out, We'll find out this session. Okay. Vince, are you back with us?
Yeah.
Sweet. That means we can jump right back into it. And I would say we make our start over in the cold and dark of the old well, or the room that harbors that old wellspring. And you just let Arundel's ghost take possession of your body, and you can feel how he's taking power over your mortal form. And you do not quite agree with that, I guess. What do you say? How do you take back control?
See, spirit. I took you in to help savor your soul and release it out to the world and into the world. But do not deceive me. I will be in control. Once in a while, if I come in trouble or in deep need of you, then you can come to my aid. But until then, I'm in control. Or I shall call upon the spirits of my ancestors to help rid you out if you try to deceive me in any way or.
Okay. Yeah, and we see the camera jump to the other side of your face, and your face is twisting a wolfish grin, curling your lips, and we hear a voice that is not yours at all coming out of your mouth. My soul has been lost for a long time. What makes you think you can save me? No, warrior. I will take your body. And there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Okay, well.
Seems like you have to get rough with this ghost.
Your spirit's like, no. You will do my bidding, and I will fight. And my tribe knows how to release the spirits back into the afterlife, or rest in peace. You will not corrupt me or control me as you think. That's what I say.
Right.
Giving them a second chance.
Yeah, and probably you remember how the shamans of your people free ghosts, and he would see these things as well, and that makes him think, and his mood changes a bit. His voice does too, and in kind of a wistful mood. He's cocking your head to the side and thinking for a second before he replies. Well, return to the stone. You cannot imagine how long I have dreamed of such a thing. How much I have longed for the cold embrace of Muradin. And there's something happens as he speaks that name, and memories of his flood your mind, where you see him as he was in life, a preacher, a priest among his people, a singer to the stones, and a shepherd of souls, and he remembers as well. And I think that is the moment where he relinquishes control. I will trust you with this. When you have need of my powers, call upon me. But be warned, warrior. There is a price for everything in this world.
Very well. I will pay them.
I am sure you will, even if you may not understand yet what it will be. Alright, sweet. And then, probably like Lawkeeper and Scarlet and Durga can hear through that door to room 36, the Great Hall, the scream of two voices being blended into one, one ethereal, ancient, and full of pain, despair, and madness, and the other, the forceful roar of Bear Spirit, the Goliath warrior from the mountains, coming together as one voice that is among the most terrifying things any of you living beings have ever heard. And Snoraven, Lawkeeper, he pauses and looks nervously to the side. At the same time, you can see Fang's butt, the rear end of a bear, disappearing through the entrance door on the other side of the hall, and Snoraven does not seem to have noticed it yet.
Scarlet just thinks out loud and says, "You know, it kind of makes me grateful that I didn't see all that happening."
Well, Scarlet has no idea what the fuck's going on.
Exactly. Yeah. All she did was hear it, and she thought, "Oh man, kind of glad I didn't."
You do not know what happened to your companions. Maybe something horrific happened over there in the dark while you were gone.
Yeah. Kind of well, even though she's now in chains, she's also kind of considering, all things considered, she made a better choice. And she did tell Faye to get the other team, get the other team, get the other team, get the other team, get the other team.
Yeah, you can also sense the Durga are getting nervous. One turns to the other and says something in Dwarvish. Lawkeeper, you can understand it. It is, "What was that? What in Dumathoin's name was that?" And one of them comes out to follow Snoraven, leaving you with only one there, his hand on your shoulder, ready to wrestle you to the ground if you should try anything stupid. Cool. So while we have a bit of a pause here, Furble, you are running down the stairs, and yeah, Lawkeeper.
As I see Fang heading down that way, I can assume that Furble's there, right?
Probably, yeah.
Since I speak psionically, can I project my voice over in that area, but not so that they can hear me where we're at?
Since you know the gnome well, yeah, I'm gonna give you that option. And Furble?
Yes.
Just to keep things rolling and not have you stumbling into the dark for too long, with the spirit out of sight, you feel the effect of the fear going away, or weakening at the very least, even though you too can hear this blood-curdling scream in the background. What do you say, Lawkeeper?
Let's see. How do I refer to him? We're gonna need some help over here. They got the fox lady. You're good with riddles. Come solve this one. And then that's all he says for now. He's trying to not tip off the person holding him, and doesn't know much about him.
Yeah.
Well, Furbal's gonna go. Maybe the effects of the fear have worn off, but the effects of the aging are still there. And
Oh yeah.
knowing that the party's split up and he's got this huge bear, so stealth isn't going to be much of an option at the moment. He's actually still going to continue into that room there. And let's see. How does that secret door close?
I would say since it is on stairs behind it, it opens into the statue room.
Oh, but from this side, it's obviously a door. It's just from the other side, it's a secret door?
Yeah. The Duergar probably know about this entrance.
Yeah, and what are the 3 stars? What was that indicating on the ground?
These are 3 giant statues of dwarves, and you can see 2 more doors, which are more obvious. And in front of one of them, a large splash of blood, and you can see that the stone axes, the dwarven warriors that are depicted here, are holding, are also drenched in blood, which would make you think of a trap, probably.
Okay, so I'll have Fang guard the rear in that room, and I'm gonna try and at the top of the stairs, I want to keep the door that's there closed as much as possible, but leave a crack open so that I can kind of see out.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
At the moment, I'm just trying to see if I can figure out what's going on, because I know Bear Spirit was back there and we heard that screaming, and then the message from the sword is not too comforting either.
Exactly, yeah. And you have good reason to believe that the ghost who made you age and brought you closer to death actually has killed Bear Spirit. You do not know anything about the deal he has just struck with the ghost.
Gotcha. Yeah, so for the moment, until I can get more information or I feel safe enough to move into the room, I'm going to wait it out for a little while and just watch from the crack of the door here.
Okay. Yeah, I would say it's probably best if we keep moving in initiative order from here on out. So let's start with Scarlet, who had the next turn.
Okay. She kind of like, as a free action, she kind of like looks over at the Drugar still holding her, and she kind of would, yeah, kind of right about that. You know, she doesn't know Dwarven or Drugar, but she can read. She can read expressions pretty well and know what he's thinking. It says, "Yeah, you got it right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you got a point there. What the hell was all that?" But then she readies her action just to wait for the right time to wrestle her freedom back.
Okay. If you wanted to, like your gaze meets his, and even though he probably does not speak common,
Right.
He nods and looks toward the hall, with some semblance of fear in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not looking at you intently. Like if you try to jump to your feet and run, he would probably do something. But you might have a chance here to wiggle out of the shackles without him noticing.
Okay, she'll try that. That'll be a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
6 plus. $18.
All right. Yeah, that's definitely enough. You cut yourself a bit, but you manage to get your hands free.
She still holds the shackles so that she won't drop them.
Okay. Yeah.
Also to give the still does he doesn't she won't so that their Drugar doesn't become wise.
Yeah, so we see you looking at Durga and sitting there seemingly motionless, and then the camera pans to your back and we see your hands working nimbly out of this cage. Cool. Next up we have Bear Spirit. You have just regained control. What are you going to do now?
Well, Bear Spirit is like, well, that scary little gray creature done took off, and Fox Lady done chased after Stupid Sword. Stupid Sword got scared and ran off. I'll go find him. Let's see. He's gonna move. If he remembers anything about the room he's been in, he might move to this door right here. He's gonna open up that door or kick it open. Is it what type of door is it?
Again, it is one of those stone doors, but it is not locked.
Oh, I kick it open.
Bam! Yeah, it flies open, smacking against the wall and producing a lot of noise. All the Durga's eyes are upon you.
Do I see him?
Yeah.
I give a battle shout and a battle cry. I'm like, I am Bear Spirit. Do I see Fox Lady?
Since she's kneeling, yeah, you might get an idea that she's back there.
Yeah,
See the top of her head.
I'm like, I am Bear Spirit. You shall all perish by my hand and release Fox Lady. You are all gonna die and suffer the fate. And I show him my prized flail, and I'm like, may Odin be with me, and I get ready to charge.
All right.
Can I finish moving through the door and then use a dash action?
Yeah, you can do that. Or what you just did. Are you trying to intimidate them?
Yeah, I want to intimidate them so they could come and attack me. Like, I want them to think I am the biggest threat motherfucker in the world. I am the huge Goliath son of a bitch that weighs like 500-600 pounds, 10 feet tall. And I got all these orc skulls. I got 12. You said 12. I got 12 orc skulls all lined up around my belt by my huge warrior metal belt. You know, by their braids and stuff. I got them just hanging, their heads just dangling, and I look menacing and scary and vile, you know, and very tender. I want them to drop what they're doing and say, "Holy shit, we need to attack him." That's what I want to do.
Okay. And yeah, all of this action might get Arundel riled up. Does his presence within you show in some way? Do your eyes glow? Does your voice sound weird?
No, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rage.
I would like to rage.
Okay, that is one of the powers your new weapon gives you.
Yeah, that's the one new power, and I get 3 of them since I'm level 4. Right?
It doesn't work like the Barbarian's Rage.
No, it doesn't work like Barbarian.
So,
but it does last for 1 minute, which is 10 rounds, and it's
exactly. There's one caveat to it though.
What?
You can no longer distinguish between friend and foe. You just want to kill.
Okay.
In other words, Scarlet better not get in the way.
Yeah, Scarlet. Yeah. Scarlet sees the fighting. Scarlet better get to ducking and running. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Absolutely. I'm gonna rage because this says you get at 3 at 3rd level. So I was wondering how many I get.
Yeah, I would say it's like one per day, since it's a magic weapon.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It's like
okay,
charges.
Okay. Cool. Good enough. Good enough. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna rage then. I'm gonna rage.
Yeah. You let the power of Groomj take over.
Yeah.
And probably scream the Orcish god's name as you go into a mindless state of rage.
And Scarlet sees this.
That's a bonus action too, just to let you.
Yeah. So for an action, you could, if you wanted to, use the dash action to get closer into the action,
Yes.
or use an action to intimidate.
I'm gonna use my action and a dash action. So
Okay.
That's 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. There. And I am going to rage on these motherfuckers. Roar! Oh yeah, I definitely see them. They got my friend. I'm just gonna go rage and berserk now. Fucking nuts.
Yeah. Cool.
Meanwhile, Scarlet sees Bear Spirit go more insane than usual. Her eyes just go wide. And she gets the idea that she better not butt in. She better stay out of the way.
Feeling. Definitely. Cool. So we've got some fight music in the chat, and next in line would be Duergar number 2, which is the higher number, or Duergar warrior number 5. I think he sees Bear Spirit as more of a threat than Scarlet in this situation, and readies his shield and hammer, stepping toward his brother's side, and getting ready to receive the charge.
At this point, Scarlet slowly drops her bounds and hides.
We're still doing
Okay.
initiative turns.
Yeah, and if you do a prepared action,
Yeah.
you lose your movement. You only have your action, which you could
Okay.
use to dash, but you
Yeah.
used it to wiggle free. So
So she's stuck here, right?
yeah, and also Brown Gnaw, the familiar of Snoraven, has line of sight on you. So
Okay,
hiding
so she
would be
can't
hard.
move either. So she can't. So she can only set the bounds down.
Definitely, yeah. And as soon as you have your next action, you can.
Well, she can. She'll probably charge the rat.
Probably a good idea. Next in line is the other Duergar warrior, and he readies his two-handed axe and gets ready to receive the charge of Bear Spirit.
Okay. Dave, I do have a question about rage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says when you make a melee weapon attack using strength, you gain +2 bonus to the damage roll. It says this bonus increases as you level.
It does not in this case.
Okay, fair enough.
You're not a barbarian. You only have the basic.
I
Right.
only have the basics. Good enough. I am resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slicing damage while I'm raging.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And initiative 10 would be Snoraven, who is quite startled from your sudden appearance. He drops Lawkeeper to the ground and raises his hand to cast some kind of magic. Let's see what he can do. Yeah, I think he wants to get out of there. So Lawkeeper, as you're clattering to the floor, you hear this whoop sound again as he suddenly vanishes from sight and reappears behind the Duergar warriors casting Misty Step. And Scarlet, since you're still kneeling there, he does not presume that you have turned hostile.
Right.
Okay, Arundel is not any concern right now, so we move on to Initiative 6. Furbel, you see Bear Spirit barging into the Great Hall and doing his battle cry.
Okay. Well, relieved the Bear Spirit is alive, but seeing he's also engaging in combat, I guess I'm probably gonna have to spend the next couple rounds just doing the dash action.
Okay, yeah, move yourself on the map. And Fang would act on your initiative as well.
Yeah, before I exit the door, I'll call to Fang and have him follow. I gotta check his movement. So actually, if you'll allow it, here's what I'll do. Fang's movement is much faster than his. So as Fang comes rushing by him, he'll leap and grab onto the fur and mount up on him.
Yeah, definitely. Bear Rider!
I gotta see the front of this token.
That'll put me about there.
Yeah, that seems about right. Cool. Moving on to our sword.
Alright. I am going to just fly through here, and I say out in Dwarven. Wait for me! As I fly up through over to here, and then stop hovering between Sunoverin and Scarlet.
Hi.
Trying to at least appear like I'm cooperating.
Yeah, I think they don't they're not very suspicious of you right now. As this horrible creature comes bursting into the room.
Let's see, was that all of my movement?
Alright, I'm back.
Cool. Because it is your turn.
Wait, I'm gonna go on this side right here, actually, for my movement. And that would be my turn.
Nice. Which brings us back to Scarlet.
Okay. The only person facing me is Browning-Null, right?
Brown, no? Yeah, he has you in his sight.
Okay, that means I'm still unarmed, right? But I see Lorekeeper with me.
Yeah, he just came into the room, and also on that table where they put all your weapons on.
Yeah.
That is quite nearby.
Scarlet will deftly move over, pick up a dagger over to Browning-Null. Well, with the same action, just a smooth little, deftly grab, and then at the end of her move, pick up Keeper, and then double shot at Browning-Null. Double shot at the rat.
Alright.
So, I'm going to use Lorekeeper as the main attack.
Go ahead.
Oh man, miss. Nat 1 on Lorekeeper, but I still have my dagger.
Well, that's still
Yeah.
that's still a 9.
Still a 9.
9 total with a 1.
Yeah, not enough to hit a very small creature.
Okay.
Okay, then I use my dagger.
Yeah. Brown squeals in horror as you come for him.
$18.
Yeah, that's enough. You stick him good.
Four plus. Oh man, 7 points total.
Okay, you're in luck though. Familiars have 1 hit point.
Yep.
So yeah.
Is now armed. Lorekeeper and a dagger, and she's seeing the Drugor wizard's back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the death of his familiar, Snoraven probably like you see him twitch and breathe out sharply in pain.
Yep.
As the telepathic connection between the two is broken.
Mm-hmm. And then as her last then at the last part of her turn, she says, "Shouldn't have turned your back, sugar." And that would be her turn.
Cool.
Did you know that we're the sly ones?
I'm gonna change up the music.
Alright, it's my turn. Yeah, this music sucks. Alright, it's my turn now.
Yeah.
I moved 25 feet up here, in the middle of these two. And, I rolled a non-natural 20.
That is a hit.
So, Durga 4 and 5. Which one is 4 and which one is 5?
The lower number. I'll just change them up. Duergar 1 is number 4.
Okay. I want to hit 5 then because he has the highest. Well, I know it's metagame. I'm still supposed to. But
Yeah, you saw him act faster than his companion, though.
yeah, I was gonna hit 5,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's 1d10 plus 7, 8. That is 13 points of damage. Magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay, 30.
13 magical bludgeoning damage.
Alright, yeah, you hit him good. Probably break his arm as he brings his shield up to parry. But he's still on his feet.
Okay, very good. Like, oh, you all shall die. I'm not. I'm just battle raging. I don't even. Now I'm like, I seen him. I seen Scarlet. I just went into mad rage that they had her chained. I'm not saying nothing about that I know her or anything. I'm just raging on them, and I'm going to destroy them. They're all going to perish by my hands. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Cool. Just 1 second. Someone will be joining your battle with all that noise you're making. Furble, what is your passive perception?
13.
Okay, that is enough. You can see behind the throne, there's another door. And that door swings open. But you cannot see much more. Maybe a wisp of shadow. Also, Scarlet, you can see the door opening.
Right.
Let's see. And yeah. Another Durga woman suddenly materializes behind Bear Spirit. She is not as small as the other dwarves, and you have seen them do this before, using their magical abilities to grow into massive statues of stone, it seems. In her hand she's holding a sword, and she starts hacking at the back of Bear Spirit. Let's see, 347. Okay, first hit is beyond 20. That should hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's 10 points of damage for the first attack.
So that would be 5.
Yep. Second attack is exactly the same thing, 24. And for 9 points of damage.
And that would be 4.
Oh, sorry, actually... Yeah. She is using a long sword in one hand, and a small shield, a buckler in her second. So scratch that damage. It works differently for that.
Right.
You'll get 9 points of damage,
Okay, so that's
and you need to make a strength save.
actually I have advantage on strict saves. Let's see. It'd be 30 hits. Okay.
How much did you get?
I was minus 4 points. Take half. Oh shit! 16 plus 6. That's 24.
Yeah, that's way enough. She was trying to overpower you with her sudden attack and push you to the ground with a shield bash, but you resist and stay on your feet.
Ah, puny dwarf! Think you harm me?
Yeah, greatest sword fighter in Darkwater. Whoever would believe that. Okay, next up, we have Duergar number 5, wounded, but not yet on the ground. Raises his hammer and tries to attack the raging warrior in front of him. And the 14 is not enough to hit. You easily smash his weapon to the side. Okay, let's see, who's next? Duergar warrior number 4. Will try to do the same, swinging his great axe in a wide arc. Is a 19 enough to hit you?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, here comes that D12. Oh, fuck. Okay, he just rolled max damage. Using the distraction his companion created, he buries the blade of his axe deep within your shoulder and hits you for... Let's check... Attacks... +2, 14 points of damage.
Okay, so that would be 7.
Yeah, you can hardly feel it.
Okay. So that
Okay.
would bring me down to...
Snoraven is up next. Let's see what he can do. He hears Scarlet's voice behind him.
Mm-hmm. Half purr, half growl.
Yeah, and he knows...
Snout right
he's
up
in
next to her
trouble.
neck.
Let's see...
Feeling like he's now a rabbit being hunted. Probably hearing her smacking her lips. Oh, lunch.
It's 25. So he hears your voice behind him. Shouldn't have turned your back, dear. And he's still reeling from his familiar just being killed, but manages to sprinkle some grayish silver dust into the air and vanishes from sight. He casts greater invisibility. And what happens more, you do not know. What's your passive perception?
That would be 10.
Okay, yeah, you just see him vanish. Look around, but cannot spot him anymore.
What about?
Okay.
I've got 11 passive.
Okay. Yeah, like you can't hear him well enough to make out where he's going, but you can hear footsteps gaining distance.
How about my passive? I got 13.
You're raged. You should have a
Yeah.
penalty
Yeah.
to your passive.
I think you're preoccupied.
Well,
You don't
would
really
would
care about the mage at
would
this
I
point.
know or feel if someone brushes up, like if I feel them moving beside me, even though I don't see them?
Well, you didn't hear Nimira. She did pretty
Yeah.
much the same thing. Also, yeah, you don't really care, probably.
No, I don't care. I really
Okay,
don't.
so
Yeah.
let's see who's next in line. Another Duergar warrior materializes behind you, stepping out of invisibility. He has not yet taken on that larger form they can take, but he also attempts to hit, and he is using.
Oh yeah, I already. Can I use reaction?
Yeah, you can turn toward him.
I'm gonna turn right here to my side with all these enemies right here, like this.
Okay, so you would have 6 and 5 in your front now.
Well, I'm not necessarily being flanked either, though, because Ninra would be on my side.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, so I'm
Well,
just my reaction.
She's on your side, but just because she is large.
Okay.
Okay, so he tries to attack you without advantage this time. Nat 20. Well, that doesn't bode
Okay.
well. What's flail damage?
1d8?
1d8 one-handed, right?
Yeah, 1d8.
Oh, fuck. Let's see. That's 18 points of damage.
Okay.
He busts your kneecap or something like that.
It's 18 points. That would be 9.
Yeah.
Can I use can I use my stone endurance?
Your what?
My stone endurance.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, that's 1d12 plus con modifier to shrug off damage.
Go ahead.
Okay. Ooh! 11! 11 plus 11 plus 3, that's 14. I shrug off 14 points of damage, so what's left for that?
Nothing. You're resistant and you shrug off the 9 points of damage you
Yeah.
get. So yeah, you don't fucking care.
Yeah, I don't care.
Cool. Okay, moving on to Furble. You see our bear spirit being surrounded by grey dwarves.
I cast fireball. No, I'm just kidding.
Cast fireball. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
If only I could. What kind of weapons and armor are these guys using?
Two of them are carrying shields. One of those is using a hammer. One of them is using a flail, known as a morning star also. Nimira is using sword and shield, and number 4 is using a great axe.
Okay. The armor though, is it made of metal or leather or what?
They all are wearing metal armor. Like
Okay.
chainmail with a bit of plate here and there.
All right. So let's see. We're gonna close the distance here. Fang is gonna attack Durgar Warrior 6, and I'm going to cast Heat Metal on Nemiria's armor.
Cool. Yeah, go ahead. Let's do the attacks first, and then it's probably a save, right?
Roar and a miss, I'm sure. Rolled a 4.
You're flanking the fucker. You have advantage.
Does a 12 hit?
Nope.
Sorry, 13.
Yeah, you just scratch his armor. Bear claws are not made to pierce through dwarven plate.
Yeah, so it says he has a bite and claws. Does that mean that he rolls 2 attacks each round, or does I
Yeah.
choose one or the other?
Does he have multi-attack?
Yeah, he does. He's a cave bear or a large bear. Should have multi-attack.
It should say
His
in his
challenge rating should be
description,
about
multi-attack. He does 1 bite and 1 claw, which is probably
Yeah.
the case.
I gotta pull up the monster manual. I'm sorry, I didn't write down anything about multi-attack.
Yeah, because I think his challenge rating is 5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah, he does.
Just go ahead, and we'll look it up after the fight.
Okay, I'll look it up between turns, but I'll roll one more time. In any case, this will just be the bite attack. Oh, which is a 17.
Let me double check. Oh yeah.
Well, it's 17. Yeah, he gets a +5, but sorry. So that makes it 8 points of damage as he bites down on that dwarf.
Yeah, probably grabbing him by the neck and shaking him, but the Duergar like punches him on the nose and gets free again.
Okay, and then I cast Heat Metal on Nemiria's armor.
Cool. Let me. What kind of save is that? If there is any.
Well, that's the thing. As I was reading it, it doesn't look like there's a save, but it says the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object. So she's gonna take damage, but if she fails her Constitution saving throw, she's gonna be trying to rip her armor off. At least that's how I read that.
No, heat
Yeah.
metal, it causes them to take fire damage, and then also I think it can spread.
A suit of
Something
heavy
like
or
that.
medium metal armor, so you can definitely do that. If it can. And the thing is, to doff armor of the kind she is wearing, she would need a bit of time, so I don't think she can wiggle out of it. So yeah, she takes the damage regardless.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn.
So she
Okay.
takes 7 points of damage this round.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so her armor is not yet glowing hot red, but probably just heating up, and you see steam rising from where it meets the skin, or rather the leather beneath. Since only a fool would wear armor without subarmalis. Okay, and that brings us... Oh, we actually jumped over Nimira this turn, right?
Oops. Happens to the best of us.
Happens to the best,
No, it's
but
Nimira.
this...
Happens to me all the time.
Yeah, Bear Spirit's a 16. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep. So she probably was irritated for a moment, but the pain shakes her back out of it. She takes a step to the behind Bear Spirit and tries to attack him again. Do you turn to meet her attack?
This is a new this is a new wait, whose turn was it?
It was just verbal, but we jumped over Nimira, as well as the other Durga.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. We
Oh,
went
no.
from you straight to verbal.
Yeah, we did. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use reaction increase. Like this. And also these two will be on my side.
Yeah, you can face two of them at a time. The way they are positioned. Okay, so she's attacking at a disadvantage. First attack is a 20 to hit.
I thought you said disadvantage.
Yep. She had a 13 and an 18. Plus 7. But, she is quite distracted by her armor heating up and only manages to bring in 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Which then it is reduced.
Okay, so that would bring me down to 30.
Okay. You've taken a lot of damage, haven't you?
Yeah.
Which might be for the better. Okay, her second attack, again she's going to try and push you to the ground, with her shield.
Bring it.
This time though, with a 9 she misses, and you manage to evade her strike.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, I'm trying to... Was that in the Furble the end of the round, and then it started a new round? That's what I thought.
Lord
was
Keeper
the-
is the end of the round. We had Scarlet. Oh no, no, Raven acted. He turned invisible.
Yeah,
And they all attacked you, so scratch that damage, yeah.
I haven't, because I haven't attacked at all yet. I only got one attack, and that was only on Durgar Warrior 5.
Yeah, sorry, I got
Yeah,
confused
so,
there.
yeah, okay, yeah. So,
So it's Lord Keeper's turn.
Yeah.
Alright, Lord Keeper is going to do a perception on Bear Spirit because something seems off. The way he
Yeah.
just... And that is a 13. Do I notice that there's something not right about him that I can warn everybody else?
Like, you see him frothing at the mouth, The flail in his hands is glowing with unholy energy. You see a red murderous glow in his eyes. Also, he is screaming and cursing at every turn he takes. And he's not speaking common, he's not speaking Dwarvish, he's speaking Orcish.
Alright, and I send out the psionic message to my companions, and I say to them, be careful, something's not right.
Scarlet returns since she's the one still holding Lorebringer. She responds with, "No shit."
Don't get too close to him. And that's the end of Lorekeeper's turn.
Absolutely, I won't.
Actually, as you are reaching out telepathically to your companions, Lorekeeper, you feel something else. You feel the senseless rage this unholy weapon of Grumge is instilling in Bear Spirit, but also there's this dark and cold whisper of a voice you know well from days long gone. It's Arundel's. He's close by. That's what you know.
Start shaking in Scarlet's hand. And that's the end of his turn.
Yeah, and Scarlet just says, not now, not when we're in a combat, come on!
Okay, cool. Which brings us back to Scarlet.
Okay. Well, she, okay, which side is Bear Spirits facing?
Bear Spirit was facing Duergar Warriors 6 and
This
5.
over here. No, he's over here.
Okay, that's what he's facing?
No, he didn't
no.
turn around.
Nimira did. Yeah, exactly. So he's still turned toward.
No,
Alright.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, I didn't turn around yet. Yep, that's right. She didn't attack me. Okay.
Okay. First part of the move action. I go here. Standard action. Pick up the hand crossbow. Rest of the move action.
I would actually say that's a bonus action.
Alright, bonus action, okay.
I don't know if... Does it have the loading feature?
Crossbows all have loading feature. Is it already
Well,
loaded?
she's actually picking up the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Fine, rest of her move. She probably doesn't have a... Could you use an extra bonus action to disengage? Or what? Or do you have to use it as a standard action?
If you can, as a rogue, you can disengage with a bonus action, but having used yours to pick up the weapon...
Yeah.
And the bolts, probably.
Yes, definitely. She'll probably have to disengage as your main action, which is what she'll do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that will not work. You can disengage from Duergar Warrior 4,
Right.
but then you would step into Nimira's zone of control.
Okay, so I'm stuck with... So I'll use Lorebringer and the... Lorekeeper and the dagger to attack Duergar Warrior 4 then.
Alright, go ahead.
The first off, the Lorekeeper. 8+.
How much did you get?
What happened to my blue die? My blue 20 fell in here.
And you're attacking from behind, so...
Yes,
keep
yeah. let me roll that again.
Oh.
5 plus 8, that is 13.
Nope.
Then the dagger. That's plus 6, that's 24.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Much better, 16.
Scarlet can hear Lord Keeper on her head. Stop flailing me around like that.
Well, don't
Well, you're
like...
shaking.
Well, yeah, she said. Then Scarlet says, "Then stop shaking when I'm attacking." We're on the way to on our way to blowing this, on our way to getting away anyway. That will probably be her turn.
All right.
Okay, so I'm just in a vicious rage.
Yeah.
And,
How many hit points do you have left?
29.
Cool.
I'm good. I turn around and I face this invisible sneaky bitch that's stuck. And I hit her with a 17 plus 8, which that might be a 25.
Which is definitely a hit.
Yeah. Pissed me off. Ooh. For 18 points of damage.
All right, which puts her at 25 damage. Nice.
Okay, yeah, and I hit her for 18 damage. Yeah.
The +2 is in there, right?
Yeah, I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10 plus 6 plus 2. So that's 18.
Sweet. Yeah, you definitely get her good.
Let's see, I'm going to use a bonus action, and I'm going to roll a 1d10 plus my fighter level, which is 4, to regain back hit points.
Yeah, second wind. Go for it.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm only 11 down. But yeah.
You're only 11 down.
Yeah, he's
I'm
taking half damage from his DR.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, still.
So, yeah, I'm not, I passed that. I'm not going to use my bonus action. I'm fine. I'm fine at 20.
Cool.
I got a lot of ways I can heal. Or, in a few.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was
do you
my
want
action.
to go for your? Do you still have your second attack thing?
Oh yeah, I got second wind. That's not used yet. So yeah, that's yep.
Your action surge.
Yeah, action surge. I have the action surge. Actually, it's called second wind.
Second wind, I think, is your healing.
Yeah, second wind is my healing action surge. Yeah, I actually still have action surge. It's not on cool. The only thing I used is some endurance. So yep, I'm not gonna use it yet.
All right. Let's see who's next. Nimira will have a chance to retaliate. And Draconis has just stepped. But the disadvantage was just for the next turn, right?
It was until Draconis' turn. It's a concentration
Until his
spell.
next turn. So she still has disadvantage.
Yep.
Her sword strike with 14 goes wide. And so does her shield bash. You evade both her attacks. Next in line, number 5 will raise his hammer and try to attack you.
Number 5.
Do you turn to face him?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's a crit. That's 20 points. Oh, that's 18 points of damage.
Okay, so it'd be 9.
They are rolling a lot of max damage tonight.
Yeah, you are. You're actually doing good on your dice.
Okay, moving on to Durga number 4, who raises his great axe to cleave you a good one.
Yeah. Now
He
that-
does not have advantage.
No. You're going 6 and 4 down.
Yeah, and the blade does glide off your armor without effect. Alright, Snoraven. Scarlet, you can hear someone moving around in the room behind you, but he does not act yet. Or let's see, greater invisibility means he can attack and stay invisible, right?
Whoa, what? For
I'll
reals?
double check.
I've never heard of that. I thought once you attack in any type of invisibility, it breaks it.
Until the spell ends. So let's see what he can do. He's waiting. You hear the whispering of arcane words behind you, Scarlet,
And
but
she kind
to
of.
no effect for now.
Alright.
What do you do?
Well, she's going to.
Well, you just had a reaction, really.
Oh,
You were just going to.
so I have a reaction. Oh, is it my turn or what?
No, but I just cut you off, and you were going to say something.
Oops, sorry. Not. Is it my turn?
Nope,
No,
we're at
no.
initiative 10.
Initiative 10. Okay. She's going to turn around so that she'll face there, so you can have a good look at whoever's behind her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see the empty forge behind you. No sign of the Durga mage.
Mm-hmm.
But that whispering somewhere in the darkness. Okay,
She'll
let's
just
move
get the
on.
idea that she best be elsewhere.
Oh yeah. Durga warrior number 6 will raise his morning star, and probably just having been gripped by Fang, turns around and tries to swish the gnome off the bear's back. Draconis, are you back yet? Okay, it's not a hit anyway. He had a 15 for AC 16. So, he probably hits Fang to no effect and snarls at his unsuccessful attack. Moving on, it would now be Furble's turn. But since Draconis just stepped away, Lorekeeper, let's continue with you and then wait for Draconis. Jake?
I'm sorry?
Your turn, since Draconis just stepped out.
Okay. Well, Lord Keeper is just going to stay where he's at since he's being wielded. So.
Okay.
That's it for now. Actually, he's gonna look around and see if he can notice where Sonoverin went.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give me a perception.
That's a 14.
Okay. Somewhere over there is where that whispering is coming from.
He's gonna, with his free action, he goes, Fox! He's behind us!
I noticed. Scarlet would go, I noticed.
And then he looks over in this direction. Oh. Looks over here and says, he's over here somewhere.
Ooh. She detected it, huh?
And then that is the end of his turn.
Yeah. So you don't know the specific location, but the rough direction you can make out from the sound he's making. And Draconis, good timing. It's your turn.
Alright, well, Nymeria is going to take another 2d8 damage.
Yeah, go ahead.
That is 9 points.
Okay, putting 34 damage.
And I will... shoot my short bow at the... Can I see the Durger in front of me that Fang is engaged with, or no?
Yeah, you can. But you are technically, if you're riding Fang, in close quarters.
Okay, is that disadvantage or... Oh,
Exactly.
I could hit him with a melee weapon then, right?
Yeah. He just tried to hit you and failed.
Okay, yeah, I'll use the scimitar instead then, I'm sorry. I was thinking that I was high enough up that I wasn't going to have reach, and so he would have prepared his bow, but...
Yeah, he was trying to attack you, so you're gonna be alright.
Ah, that's only a 10. Okay, so I miss. Now I'll roll for Fang.
Go ahead. And the bite.
That was the bite. Does a 14 hit?
No. It just bashes up with his shield and deflects the attack.
Okay. What about a 17?
That does it.
Okay. Uh, 11 points of damage.
Okay, putting this one at 19.
That's it for me.
Yeah, he's definitely bloodied now.
You know you got a
but still
bonus
holding
action,
on.
right?
Yeah, but I
Take
can't
bonus.
get to you to touch you.
Well, you have healing word, and also if you look at the full description of heat metal, as a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause this damage again.
I did
with
that first.
Heat metal. Oh, so you already used your bonus? No.
Yeah,
no,
I
no.
already.
On each turn, you take 1d8, but on your, but you also use a bonus action from to cause another 2d8 on top of that.
Well, the description I'm looking at here just says you cause it to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast the spell. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause this damage again. Doesn't say anything about him taking an additional d8 per round.
Yeah, that's true. So
It's
you
a
just
bonus
did that.
action.
Yeah, that was the first thing I did.
Yeah, wait, it says, okay, hold on. You cause an object to go over at any creature in physical contact. Takes 2d8 damage when you cast the spell until the spell ends. That's each round until the spell ends, and it lasts for 1 minute. That's 10 rounds.
When you cast the
And
spell,
as-
Vince, it takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast the spell. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action.
Oh,
I just posted it right in there.
I'm looking at the description of the spell. I used the bonus action to do 2d8 points of damage. She wouldn't
Yep.
be taking any additional damage the way I read the spell.
No, it's just
Yeah, the
2d8.
period makes a difference. So we're good here.
alright, new round.
Yeah, Scarlet, what are you going to do?
Scarlet's going to turn around and disengage from Druger Warrior 4, but she'll have both her arms wide at the sides, spread apart, and as she moves back toward here, if she as much as brushes up against anything that she can't see, stabby McShank.
Alright, let me see.
She can't see them, maybe she can feel them.
Alright, yeah, you do actually make contact with something on your left.
Then she turn to her left and start stabbing. Now that I know where he is, even though I can't see him, is that a standard roll or disadvantage?
That's disadvantage, but you can try to attack him.
Alright, no problem. 13 on Lore Keeper.
Let me double check. Yeah, that's a hit.
Whoa! So that's 1d8 plus 2d6.
1d8
Plus
1d4 and 2d6. How do you get
Alright.
to 2d6?
Sneak attack.
Nope.
Can't do it now? Alright, no problem.
You're not surprising him, and there's no ally nearby.
No problem.
The only ally is the one in your hand.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how that works, really, if you
right,
count.
right. Plus 6, 16 points.
Alright, yeah, that hurts him.
And then she goes with the dagger. Eight, 6, that's 14.
That's a hit as well.
And his invisibility, is that a concentration spell?
Yeah, he should probably test for it.
Five points of piercing.
Alright. So let's test for concentration. Yeah, nat 20 for first. And what was the DC for that? It's either damage or
That was she delivered for 5. Let me take a look. See.
I think the damage has to be higher than the DC of the spell to break his concentration.
like the first one was 16 because damage was higher than the average DC.
Yeah.
And the second one he rolled a 10.
But what's his DC?
Here we have it. taking damage, the DC equals 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher. So he makes both saves.
Okay.
You see a bit of blood coming out of thin air, but he keeps control over his spell.
Got it. Okay.
So, as I'm attacking Namira, I raging so hard that I rolled the natural 19.
Nice.
So, yeah. She just got fucked up.
With this one, we have 6 rounds of rage remaining, if I'm right.
Yeah. No, we only used 2 rounds. This is our 3rd round, ain't it? Or 4th, or this is our 3rd round or 4th round. I think 3rd. So we, yeah, I either have 6 or 7. You're right.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I hit her for. I'm sorry, gotta have this up. I hit her for 20 points of damage.
All right. What AC did you get?
What?
What was your attack roll?
Oh, I rolled a natural 19.
Oh yeah, nice. So
That's awful. I'm a great weapon fighter. Yeah, that's odd. 19's a crit for me.
Yeah, that definitely hurts. Nice.
Yeah.
She still seems to be in quite a good shape to fight, though.
Wait, hold on. I fucked up. I accidentally rolled a 2. And I get to reroll on 1s and 2s. Okay, this is better. Okay, this is, 22 points of damage.
Nice.
Yeah, 22 points of damage.
So she's at 56 damage now.
Yep, and then I'm going to use a bonus action. Sigurd Wind. Rolling 1d10 plus 4 from to regain my hit points. 10 plus 4. Oh! 10, 14. I get 14 hit points back. Okay, so.
Okay.
Let's see. 20 plus 14, that's 34. 34. Hey. So yeah, I rolled up for 34 hits. You know what? I'm gonna use action surge and attack again.
All right, go ahead.
Damn it. That would be a non-natural 20.
That hits.
For 6 plus 8 plus 8 is 14, right? So for another 14 points of damage.
Okay, which puts her at 70 damage.
Okay. And that's my that's it.
Cool. Yeah, you've given her a couple good licks. And she is weakening, even though she still keeps stably on her feet. Let's see who's up next. Nimira. is attempting to retaliate against you.
Okay.
Striking with her sword and hitting you. Another max damage, what the fuck?
What did she hit me with?
She has a 25 to hit and
nice, okay.
12 points of damage.
Right, so that's -6. Okay.
And then she comes in for another shield bash, which is 21 to hit.
Okay.
Dealing you 10 points of damage and another strength save, please.
Strength save 18.
Alright, yeah, she does not succeed at knocking you prone. And that moves initiative to Duergar number 5.
Say another 5 points of damage.
Where were we? Yeah, that was 10 points of damage and 5 with your resistance. The Duergar warrior with the hammer in his hand tries to attack you from behind. 16 does not hit you, I think. So yeah, he's just scratching your armor. There's no danger there. Moving on to Duergar warrior number 4. Who does manage to hit you, causing what the fuck, causing 14 points of damage with his great axe. So that's 7 for you.
What's 23 minus 7?
That's 16. And we move on to Snorraven, who has just been stabbed by Scarlet, and in a fit of rage turns around, abandoning his former plan to counterspell the druid.
Yep.
And whispering, "Oh, now you've made me angry, dear." You can hear him casting a spell, spitting out the magic words, and you can see ice crystals forming in the air before you. Then with a crackling sound, he lets out a cone of cold in your direction.
Oh, is that a save?
Yeah, that is a save. Let's see.
Dex save.
Must make a Constitution saving.
Ah, 7.
This is gonna hurt, Scarlet. This is gonna hurt real bad. That's 88 points of damage.
Oh!
And for Lord Keeper as well. Lord Keeper, could you give me a save?
Alright, what is it?
Constitution.
18.
That does save you. So you take half damage. Let's go for Scarlet first. Oh, this is bad. That's 37 points of damage.
Scarlet's In an
She's
instant,
dead.
Scarlet's vision goes completely blank, and her last thoughts was seeing the words "Game Over."
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you a possibility
Yeah.
to rescue Scarlet from certain death
Yeah.
for the time being.
Mhm.
Scarlet, you're frozen solid.
Yes, I know.
You are turned by Raven's magic into a statue of ice.
Yeah, exactly.
As for Lawkeeper,
Because he hit me for more damage than my maximum hit points.
yeah, like you don't get to do death saves even. But if you guys play your cards right,
I got chunkied.
yeah. Still, we're so close to the end of the adventure that I'm gonna give you an opportunity to find something to break that magic. Let's see, Lord Keeper, you get 27, which is halved to 13.
Shoo, it leaves me at 12.
Yeah, you're not a sword statue now.
Alright. Doesn't that break his concentration on the invisibility?
Nope, that's not a concentration spell.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that was.
Okay. I thought invisibility was concentration for some reason.
Invisibility is, but the Cone of Cold is an attack spell.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So with Scarlet frozen solid, we move on to Duergar warrior number 6, who's attempting to strike at Furble again. But missing him once more. Which moves us to Furble.
Who's beginning to think he was better off running away.
Yeah.
So, how bad off does Bear Spirit look?
I don't know, Vince, tell us.
Well, I already had gas shoot and cuts all over the place, but I'm just raging and I'm gonna fight to my last breath, so you really can't tell, you know.
He would
showed-
see your wounds though.
Yeah, you would see my wounds, but you wouldn't tell physically. You know, I show no signs physically as being exhausted or whatnot or in pain. I just brush it off. But I do have open wounds and you see me bleeding, you know, all over the place and stuff, you know, in battle.
And what about these Durgar that we're facing off with? Condition-wise, do they look like they're on their last leg or they're still pretty fresh?
Number 6 is pretty much close to dying. Fang almost broke his neck, and also your attacks were not without effect. Duergar warrior number 5, well, he's been hurt, but he's still in fighting shape. Number 4 is not as bad off as number 6, but one more good hit could be his end as well. And Nimira, yeah, Bear Spirit's relentless attacks are starting to wear her down.
Alrighty, well. I guess I will continue my attack this round. Foolish as that may be, we'll see how it goes. So, okay, first things first, then the damage to Nimira.
Just remember, I die, you die.
Okay, so she takes 11 points fire damage.
Okay, she has taken 81 points of damage now, still standing, but this fight is taking its toll on her.
My scimitar attack on the dwarf in front of me is a miss. The bite attack was a 1.
Yeah, probably a few teeth are smacked out of Fang's mouth.
but he hits with a claw on a non-natural 20.
Alright, go ahead. How much
12
damage do you...
points.
12 points. Okay, yeah, that's enough to put him in his grave. Number 6 goes down. What does Fang do to the Great Dwarf?
After missing, well, maybe chipping a tooth on the dwarf's shield, pisses him off, and he swipes at him with one of his claws, knocking him over towards dwarf warrior number 5, maybe up against the doorway there.
Yeah, just smacking him right against the wall there. You hear bones breaking.
And he roars.
Cool. Alright. Lawkeeper, you're last in line.
Alright, with Scarlet being a statue and all, the bond is broken, so I'm no longer attuned to her. I'm going to slip out of her hand and lash out in the direction that the spell came.
Alright, yeah, attack at disadvantage. Also Scarlet, Lawkeeper ripping himself free of you, breaks a couple fingers off your hand.
I didn't rip myself, I said I slid.
Yeah, just to, like, she was holding you, in a stable grip, and just to give her some kind of negative effect from effectively dying. So later on, if you use the hand for attacking, you will have disadvantage.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Alright, disadvantage. Well, that is going to be a 13.
Alright.
Wait, no.
Yeah, that's a hit.
That's actually a 14, but it's still a hit.
It is a hit.
Alright. That's going to be for 6, 12 damage, 13 damage.
Alright, putting him at minus... the Duergar mage Snoraven falls dead at your feet. His invisibility spell broken. He returns to being visible.
Alright, and I still have my movement. So I am going to 15, 20, I think that's 25 right there, and 30, and I call out to Furble, wield me, and I stop right there, right in front of him.
Okay, cool. Well, Scarlet, you can't do much right now.
Yep, still.
But we might see that a spark of life is left in you.
Right.
Like your eyes are still moving or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to blood-crazed bear spirit.
Oh! 18 plus 8.
Yeah, hit.
Like, so. For 15 points of damage.
Okay, another wound for Nemira. She's at 96 damage now. Still standing, but her breathing goes hard. She's probably spitting blood, and barely keeping on her feet.
I'm gonna use a bonus action and drink a potion. Am I allowed to do that while I'm raged?
Yeah.
Bear Spirit really don't care. He's gonna die or he's gonna kill this chick. So, yeah. But he's just trying to stay in. He's done.
Yeah, especially under the influence of your cursed weapon, you don't give a damn.
Oh, damn it. Why didn't I think of that? Shit, I should have let the spirit. Well, I'm raged, so I probably can't let the spirit take me right now.
Nah, it's either one or the other.
Oh, shit.
And well, your friends have done quite well so far with kill stealing, right? Let's hope it stays that way.
Yeah, I haven't even had any flesh kills with this flail yet either.
Yeah, so the curse might not take its full effect.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be raging forever.
So what are we down? Round 5? This
check. Yeah, 5 rounds, this one included.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's see. Bear Spirit just acted. Nimira is going with the last of her strength, trying to retaliate against you. Missing once. Bashing with her shield. Hitting you with her shield.
Okay.
Causing 8 points of damage, so 4 for you. And another strength save.
Okay. Ooh. 19 plus 6, 25.
Yeah. She comes at you full force and you just stand like a stone wall.
Yeah.
Alright, which brings us to Duergar number 5, trying to attack you from behind.
I'm gonna, can I use reaction?
Yeah.
And turn this way with those two at my side and you facing your warrior?
One of them will be in your back.
Well,
Or have the chance to move in your back arc.
yeah.
But yeah, you can definitely face him, and in that case he misses you. Moving on through the Duergar, number 4 will try another swing with his great hammer. Does a 19 hit you?
19 does hit.
Okay, this time it's not max damage. It's only 11 points, so half for you.
So that would be 5?
Yeah. Snoraven is no more, neither is Duergar warrior number 6, which brings us to Furble.
Okay, well, once again, start off with Nymeria taking her damage.
I know this is too soon, but I'm gonna be getting me some ice.
Alright. Quite fitting for your state.
She takes 8 points of fire damage.
Alright, 104 points of damage for her now. Still on her feet, but you can smell burned flesh, and she's bleeding from many wounds. This woman will not stand for much longer.
Ah, Bear thinks barbecue, good. So moving up to attack her, Fang will 21.
Hit.
first time I've hit with the bite in a while. I'm gonna check the damage. Okay. There. Sorry, it wasn't rolling right. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
13.
Okay, let's see. That's 117 then.
She's still standing. She'll swipe at her with his claws.
Oh, you describe to us what. Like, does he bite off her head, or how does he bring her to the realm of death?
He kind of comes charging in into her side, knocking her aside slightly, and bites down on her neck and snaps her neck.
Yeah, just tossing her to the side. Nothing but a limp body now. Yeah, Nimira, the greatest sword fighter of Darkwater, has been killed.
Now, Lore Keeper came floating around and yelled at me to wield it.
Yeah, and you still have an action, I think, right?
Right. Is it just like laying on the ground there, or what is it doing?
Floating. I'm floating up to 5 feet off the ground.
Okay, so I'll sheath my scimitar and hold out my hand.
Okay, yeah, we can say if you use your action and like lean out, you can grab Lawkeeper, or do you want to do something different with your action?
Oh, I was trying to do like
Otherwise,
a Jedi. I was trying to do like a Jedi thing and hold out my hand and have him come flying into my hand.
I'm back.
Okay, yeah, that's not really an action because the acting party in that would be Lawkeeper flying toward you, so you can do something different if you want, or hold action.
Let's see.
I have a question though. Are gnomes able to wield longswords? Aren't they considered large to them?
Anyone
think
can
that
wield me.
he can definitely wield them two-handed. One-handed we might have a discussion about it, and I don't even know if the rule even exists anymore in 5e. Like for him it would be like a greatsword for other people.
Oh, I'm not high enough of a level yet to adjust my shape.
But he can wield you.
Yep.
Okay. Well, since I'll still have an action, then I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere.
Okay. Where do you center it?
Right between the two Durgar.
Okay. That would affect their spirit as well, right? Or are you going like a bit to the back?
Yeah, a bit to the back because I'm not trying to burn Bear Spirit.
Yep. Cool.
So it's a
No,
5
that might
foot
be a nice
diameter.
choice.
Yeah, and it's they get a saving throw, a dex saving throw.
You're gonna see what comes out of that. They
DC
both
13.
didn't. Yeah, we got a 6 and a 9.
Okay, do you want me to roll for each or just roll once?
Oh, just we'll see what happens.
5 points.
All right. So both are being burned. Durga Warrior is starting to look. Number 4 is starting to look really bad. 5 not much better. Okay. Now that brings us to Lawkeeper.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna do it is I'll he's wielding me? Great.
He's calling you to him.
Alright.
I'm just holding out my hand.
Then I'll fly up right into his hand. I'm not attuned, so you don't get the benefit of.
Well,
Wait a
at least
second,
Bear
let's-
Spirit can't grab you now.
Let me double check something.
All I need to know is, can I throw you and have you attack?
Yes, you can. that's the end of my turn now that I'm in his hand.
Okay.
I'm checking right
It might
now.
actually be wiser to attack yourself, since the battle is almost over. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that to you. And the option of being grabbed by Bear Spirit, who is possessed by Arundel, is quite dangerous. Speaking out of the fiction.
Yeah, but
Well, he
Bear
wants to be
Spirit-
wielded right now because he's still scared of that feeling he got
Mhm.
when he reached out. He doesn't want to be alone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, and the weapon that Bear Spirit's using, isn't it a two-handed weapon or no?
It's a versatile.
It's versatile, but Bear
Oh, okay, so he could switch to one hand. Okay.
Spirit, Bear Spirit don't want nothing to do with one sword either.
Yeah, the Ghost Duster.
Very
Oh.
much so.
The ghost has control. But they don't know that.
Yep. Okay. Bear Spirit, it's your turn again.
Yep, okay, let's see, round 6. Um, 15 plus 8 will be 23. To attack.
They
Number
both
4.
look. Yeah.
Oh, okay, number 4. Whatever. I don't. This,
He brought you more pain.
yeah. Oh shit! 16 points of damage.
Sweet. Yeah, that's the end of him.
That's my
What do you
first,
do to the poor dwarf?
I take my flail and I just literally smack him so hard that when I hit him upside the head, like his head just splatters like a fucking melon.
Nice, yeah.
And, I'm
And
just,
that also,
and I go roar when I do it, like I'm just fucking letting out a big old fucking roar, and I'm still battle raging, and it just splatters his head like a fucking tornado.
oh yeah.
Just disintegrates,
And Furble and Lawkeeper, that's fucking scary. Because it's 3 voices yelling now. Also, like the head exploding, you can now see the orcish cursed weapon coming into effect. And like you see the head explode and then brain matter and bone splinters flying everywhere. The blood though is just sucked up into the balls of the Morning Star.
Let's figure it out. Son.
Okay, that's your first kill.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's move on to a Garborian number 5. Had enough. He's gonna disengage.
Oh, attack! A bitch getting attacked.
What happens if he moves through your flaming sphere, Furble?
Well, he's already taken damage this round, right? Or is it no? Is this a new round?
Like you just, yeah, that's a new round.
So he started his turn in there, then he would take damage again.
But
Alright,
as soon as he moves, I attack him first. Then he moves. So.
Do you
that'd
have
be
something against disengage?
No. If anybody disengages from me, I'm in melee. I get to automatically attack him.
Oh no, he's using his action to disengage.
Oh, he's using action to disengage. Oh.
Yeah, but the fire is a problem. Is that another save or auto damage?
I'm checking right now. Let's see. Any creature. No. Okay. So actually, he'll probably be fine because it says any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dex save throw.
Okay. Yeah.
He's going to be able to escape out of it.
Yeah. He just jumps past it and starts running into the forge. And that's where he gets to. Um, okay. Now, this leaves us in quite a dangerous situation, because Bear Spirit, you still have targets in vicinity.
Yeah. But this one just extinct.
Yeah, like for example, there's a big bear who has a shitload of blood.
Yeah. But this one
Um,
How many rounds do we got left on the rage?
two.
Oh shit.
At least I don't have to worry about him.
So, do I have, like,
PvP now.
am I able to follow them, or do I have to attack?
you will attack the nearest target. What I will give you though, because you're like these two entities that are not yourself are fighting for control over your body in you. So Arundel is actually helping you and giving you a fighting chance. I'll give you a wisdom save at disadvantage to snap out of it on your turn. Which should be coming up soon. First though, it's verbal. You could move your flaming sphere, right?
I can, yeah, I can move it up to 30 feet.
You'll catch him.
Yeah, God, I hate this because yeah, I'm not really aware that what's likely to happen to me next.
Mm-hmm. Like you can see that Bear Spirit is not showing signs of snapping out of his rage, and you've never seen him like this before. He is frightening.
Well, then I'm gonna put some distance between him and myself.
So disengage action.
Yeah, that's probably the safer bet, isn't it? He doesn't get an attack.
Yeah, you can take the attack of opportunity. Like that is a bit of metagaming, but you have good reason to be careful about him right now, even in the fiction.
I'll disengage and get the hell out of dodge. In fact, I'll even take the dash action with Fang and get the hell out of dodge.
Okay. Do you want to move your flaming sphere to follow the Durga, or do you want to use it as a barrier for Bear Spirit?
I'm looking to see. Oh no, so it's a bonus action, so I can still move it then. Yeah, no. At this point, I'll put the fire between me and not to hurt Bear, but yeah, let me move out of the way first. Let me check the Fang's movement.
Well, if you move, you automatically get attacked unless you disengage. Which
I am disengaging.
But he doesn't know that I'm raging though. That I'm gonna attack.
Oh, you can see that. Like you're not only raging, you have this unholy rage, and they can see that you're fucking dangerous right now.
How the
Okay.
hell are you?
That Fang moves at 40 feet. I took the dash. Oh no, disengage takes
Yeah.
action. Sorry.
You need to use your action if you don't want an attack of opportunity.
Sorry.
Well, that's
See?
safer because this guy's closer than you are. So I have to
Yeah.
See,
attack
he's
the nearest.
panicking. He wants to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
All right.
Scarlet doesn't have this problem.
Yeah, not really.
He's
That flaming sphere being moved is good for you as well. Because that way you will not wake up with a molten face or anything like that.
okay, so,
Assuming that I do wake up.
Yeah, which we still have to look if it happens. Okay. Lore Keeper, I guess you don't do much this turn?
Nope. But I do give all of my bonuses that I normally would to Furball. He doesn't have to be attuned to me, just as long as he's as long as I willingly let him be my wielder.
Cool. Then that brings us back to Blood Crazed Bear Spirit.
Alright, so I moved 5, 10, 15.
Yeah, he moved 30 feet out of direct contact. You can follow him.
Yeah,
I put you right next to him.
yeah. And I just take my flail and just annihilate the shit.
Okay.
Oops. Does 18.
Yeah.
For 13 points of damage.
Bam. The last Durga falls.
Yeah, I smack him right in the back of as he's running away to chase after him. Smack him in the back of his head and just bust that open with his rib cage. Just see my flail just smash right through the back of the skull and his back. Like it just smashes right through the back of his spine, breaking all of his bones and everything. You know, it's like just annihilates. So
Yeah, I would
It doesn't-
even.
it doesn't bashes like half through his body. You know, it's like you know.
Yeah, and more blood flows into your weapon. I would even go so far as to say you smack him off the bridge and gets carried away by the water, running underneath it.
All right, so one round rage left.
Yeah. I think we can
I
end
think-
it there.
I think
Like
this
on
is
the
the
bridge,
last-
you come out of it.
This is the last round right here, right? Or
I think it is one more, but you have no chance of catching Furble.
no?
And you're like breathing heavily among the slain enemies. You return to yourself and you notice that you just lost control.
Yeah.
Alright.
So yeah. So I raged. I don't know how rage is. Did you get this description on 5e? Or
Yeah, that's a 5e.
that's a
rage.
5e description. I'm saying if I remember there used to be something like saying that you're after you rage, sometimes you're not prone unless you're like full barbarian and you like got
Yeah, I don't think you
rage or
get
something
that.
like that. So I was wondering, what happens. So, okay, so yeah, I'm exhausted from battle. I'm bloody. I just I look at Scarlet. I'm like, poor Scarlet. She's frozen. There's nothing you can do for her. She's dead. I just lay down right beside her. I don't even see Furble in the distance or paying attention. I just lay down and I do a medicine check on my wounds, just a light one. 'Cause I'm so exhausted from raging so hard. I just lay
Mhm.
down and I just go to sleep right there. I don't even care. Someone can come and kill me in my sleep. I'm dead.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried.
Um,
I did all this just to save her, and she still died.
Yeah.
Now, this battle was freaking hard to do. It puts you way at level 5, and I'm gonna get a pint. When I come back, we can talk about how you guys want to go about your rest. And Scarlet, there will be a chance to find powerful magic nearby,
Yeah.
which can rescue you. So don't give up on the character
Right.
yet.
Definitely. Right. Okay.
Normally I would say, yeah, you're dead, but we're so close to the end of the adventure. I just don't want you to be sitting on the sidelines.
Right.
Well, we could bring her back with. Can't we? Like, ain't there a spell? Like, even if someone's dead, you can still bring them back. Or if
Yeah,
their
if you have-
body.
If you have revivification or something like that, that would be possible. Someone who died within 10 minutes or something can be revived. Actually, Furble, you might be able to cast it soon. Let's check that.
Revivify, it's a 3rd level spell. Let me see if it's a spell a druid can cast. Oh, haha. creature that has died within the last minute, and I would have to rest before I could even cast it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's be generous here. Just to keep things rolling.
Oh, I was gonna say it's a cleric spell anyway.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
it
think
is.
druids.
Oh yeah,
Druids
clerics
have-
and paladins.
And 5th
Right.
edition druids don't have any type of resurrection spell. And I
Mhm.
don't think, maybe at level, like at 9th levels casting or 8th level casting, but we never made it that far.
Nah. Even with all the generosity in the world, in that case, you don't know what to do. You will have to take a look around, and maybe you'll find something that will
Yeah.
help you. So I presume you guys are taking a long rest. I'm just stepping away for a minute
I
here.
collapsed out. I don't even know what's done.
Yeah.
Collapsed
So-
down unconscious, right next to Scarlet. And that was it. That's all. I'm done.
Yeah.
Collapsed down. I don't care. I'm resting right there. Collapsed down right next to her, and I'm done.
I think we can do a little bit of camp talk once I come back. I just need to answer nature's call for a second and get another pint. In the meantime, you guys can level up to level 5. This should
Yep.
put you well in that range.
Oh yeah, level 5. Now I get good.
Sorry, it's just as I pick you up, you start to get really good, huh?
My enchantment goes from 1d4 to 2d4 damage. So now I've got a 2d4 force damage on every hit that you use me for. And now that you and at level 5 now, you get a free opportunity attack every round without using a reaction.
Oh, jeez.
If I'm being wielded. I gotta go up 2 more levels to adjust the way I look, though, for you. But maybe Dave will take pity on us.
No. He's not gonna. He's only level 5. That's it.
See, the repurposing is a level 7 to change my shape.
Ooh, I get some extra spells for my druid circle too.
Nice.
I get lightning bolt and meld into stone.
Not only that, your cantrip spells, which you should have some, instead of melee attacking, because you're a druid, which is shit for druid to melee attack, it would be a 2 dice instead of 1.
Yeah, I have for my cantrips. I have thorn whip, poison spray, and shillelagh.
If you only have 3 cantrips, you should have more than 3.
He's not an elf.
No, a druid at level 5 you should have more than just 3
Nope.
cantrips.
Level 5 druid has 3 cantrips, but I get access to 3rd level spells, so that's cool.
I had more cantrips than that.
Were you
So-
playing an elf?
I was playing a wood elf, which
That
does not give you extra cantrips, only the moon or higher.
well, just going by the chart in the druid class at 5th level. Well, I should say at 4th level you get 3. You don't get any more cantrips until 10th level. You get 4.
Yep, that's true. So, Verbal and Lorekeeper, you, if you and when you return to the scene of the battle, you'll find Bear Spirit huddled up next to Scarlet's statuesque frozen body and surrounded by slain Durga.
I loot the bodies.
Okay, let's see.
I know I'm not playing a rogue, but I am one at heart.
They don't have much on them, since you surprised them in their camp, basically. They probably have their treasure stashed away somewhere. Nimira's weapon is a plain longsword, which is kind of weird for her station. But you could make a history check.
Let's see. That's intelligence? Okay. Not likely. 8.
And I assisted. I'll assist with that.
Yeah, you both have some idea of dwarven lore. Oh, that's definitely possible.
3, so my highest roll was an 8.
Okay. Yeah, you don't know much about the Durga, and her blade does have nothing special about it. It looks old and beaten, and also the other weapons, like, they are well made. They are dwarf craft after all, but they are not magic or anything. On Snoraven, you will find a spell book in scribbled arcane languages which you cannot decipher, but Gregory might be happy about something like that. Yeah, and then other bits and pieces, but not much really. If they have valuables around, they probably have them stashed away somewhere.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I just was curious as to what they were carrying on them. So, we're gonna pull the bodies and dispose of them into the river as well to get rid of them.
Alright. Yeah, the river is quite fast flowing from up ahead. Now that the din of battle has died down, you can hear the roaring of falling water, and the bodies are quickly carried away.
Don't really like the idea of us camping here, but with them two with one of them passed out and the other one an icicle, I don't really have much of a choice.
Yeah, not really.
I just need to rest for a minute. And the sword kind of goes inert. As you can see, frost all up and down the blade and slight cracks in the steel. From how quickly it was frozen in the frost.
Yeah.
Before I close these doors, you mentioned there was a doorway that opened behind the throne room. I want to peek in there.
Okay. Yeah, that's room 39. Let me give you the description. Just a second, my Adobe is acting up. The Council Chamber. The door behind the throne leads into a small audience chamber or council room. A large table consisting of a single stone slab dominates the center of the room, and the remains of old tapestries still cling to the walls. A single door in the far wall is carved into the image of the fierce dwarf that you've seen elsewhere in this complex. And, well, you, Lawkeeper, know this visage well, but you're not going with him right now, right? Yeah, there's
Yeah, Lord
no
Keeper's-
gray-skinned dwarf anymore, so...
The Lord Keeper's with him.
Ah.
It's just he's inert. He's asleep.
I speak dwarf.
Unless he
Okay.
wakes me up.
No, it's about the image of that dwarf. That's Durgadin the Black.
Oh, okay.
But you wouldn't be able to identify him. Wow. There's nothing about treasure here. So in the Great Hall you found a couple of bedrolls and food the Duergar use, like dried worms and stuff like that. And what number is the... That's 37. The blade worm. Okay. Yeah, obvious treasure. The Duergar seem to have not much of it. At least in the council chamber. You cannot see much. They probably have a couple of pieces of paper where they were like keeping lists of yeah, of something that might interest you personally. If you go over and have a look at them, these are on the one hand raw materials they get from somewhere. Gauntlgrim is the name of the place these materials come from, and also to this city known as Darkwater, to the Grey Dwarves, are going other things: swords, spears, axes, shields, armor. This might be the source of these magic weapons you came here to find.
Right. Yeah, well, if they're just scrolls and stuff I can tuck away into my pack, I'll do that. Be good intel for later.
Yeah, definitely. It seems the Duergar seem to have used the forge of Durgadin to produce magic weapons.
Well, I guess at least I don't have to worry about anybody else coming out of here, or at least out of this room. It looks like there's a doorway on the other end.
Yeah, that door carved in the image of some dwarf to you.
Okay. Well, I guess Fang and I are gonna go. We're gonna let Bear Spirit rest, and then when it's time, when I estimate enough time has gone by for his watch and that I need to rest, I'll try to wake him up.
Okay.
After 4 hours, the Lord Keeper wakes up fully rested.
Can Lore Keeper keep watch then and wake me up?
I can do that. So, as the party rests, Lord Keeper just lays himself on this table, as inconspicuous as any weapon, and just is
Yeah.
paying attention to the surroundings.
Sure. Scarlet's weapons are still lying around on that table.
Yep, definitely.
You will have a place to hide, and yeah, with the noise of battle gone, you have a feeling of peace in here. Even after the horrible things that just went on, you remember his voice, his songs, the riddles, the warmth of the fire. This is home. And at some point, Bear Spirit and the others, they will wake up again. Oh, also, the roaring of water is quite loud, but you have a lot of time here, and at some point you think you can hear something in the distance.
Can I tell
Not
which way
quite
it's coming from?
You close the doors here, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere beyond these doors, very faint sound. It might be a voice. It is not Arundel's, that is in here.
Hearing that voice, let's see, Lord Keeper kind of floats over to this doorway and then listens again.
Seems to come from the council chamber.
And he's trying to find out if he's listening to see if he can make out what it is.
Would you give me a perception check?
That I can do. I can't guarantee it'll be good. 2.
Okay, what did you roll?
A 2.
You might have been wrong, maybe there wasn't a voice after all.
Then he kind of just lays himself so that he's leaning against the doorway right there and goes back to being inert,
Cool.
but keeping watch.
Alright. Yeah, no one tries to attack your camp. You are safe for now. And 8 hours go by.
And as Furbol's waking up, he hears Lord Keeper's voice in his head. Hey, did you hear anything while you were sleeping?
Just Fang snores.
Oh, it's probably nothing then.
That's not disconcerting at all.
You're talking to a sword. It's probably nothing.
Yeah. Bear Spirit, you wake up from
Okay.
wicked dreams of madness and blood and despair. But you hear your companions' voices.
I wake up, looking up, see Scarlet's still frozen, come to realization of what all happened and shit. And I was like, hey, you, healer, Greyman, see if she's alive or she just permanently frozen like that.
Whatever's happened to her is beyond my ability.
What do you mean? She dead? She don't look dead.
Well, she's certainly frozen, and there are some creatures that once thawed come back to life, though that's not generally the ones up walking on 2 legs. She may not be quite dead, but I have no way of bringing her back.
Maybe we thaw her out.
I had considered it when I still had my flames up, but I'm worried that if she's not alive and we thaw her out, it could kill her. Magic is what did this. I fear magic is what will need to undo it.
We need to find Magic Man, but he don't come with. He's still down there. All right,
Yeah,
so,
and you have good reason to doubt he is powerful enough.
Yeah. All right, so Bear Spirit's lost. He don't know what else to do now. He's like, went all this way for nothing, just for Magic Man to not come with us and Fox Lady die. What's the point anymore?
And you hear two voices in your head. Shed blood.
And I say out loud, talking to myself, there's no more blood to shed. We killed all bad guys.
Oh, but there is.
While
And-
Bear's talking to himself, Lord Keeper's just kind of floating by over to Furble.
Yeah, you kind of know that voice, Lawkeeper.
How long does it take to attune something?
1 hour.
Ah.
We could have said
can
you
do
did
it.
that while we were resting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also thought about casting Dispel Magic on that weapon that Bear's using, but I don't know. I had a feeling that might be metagame knowledge.
Yeah, and I doubt it can... I doubt Dispel Magic can dispel
can't-
cursed...
It can't dispel a magical item, period.
Well, the magic item would get a save.
No, dispel magic, I don't think will work on a magical item.
It depends on the curse and the source of the curse. That's up to the DM.
Oh, okay. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. So yeah, there's a chance. But creating a cursed weapon of this power is quite a high level spell, so DC would probably be 19 or higher. Like, this weapon is imbued with divine power from Grunge.
Well, the only reason I didn't attempt it is because, there were two reasons. One, it would be out of game knowledge, and two, I was kind of afraid I might alert him that I was doing it.
Yeah, and you never know what might happen then. Okay. Well, there's still some things unexplored here. Lawkeeper has heard a voice. There seem to be more entrances leading away from the council chamber and the cursed hallways where Arundel was lurking. And also the great foundry hall seems to be bigger than you have explored yet.
Whisper thing, and he says, I wonder where that great warrior ugly dwarf woman come from. Maybe there might be more there.
I checked it out while you were sleeping. There were no more in that room, but there is another doorway going behind it. However, I'm rather curious where we sent these bodies off to. It sounds like there's a lot of fallen water this way, and it might give us a chance to maybe scout out ahead and get a little bit of an overlook.
Oh, me don't care about it. I have to finish what we started. I thought I came here to slay orcs and get money with Magic Man, but now it seemed like we gotta kill these ugly gray dwarf people.
Well, I'm gonna check down here where the river goes.
You go ahead. You're small enough. You can go.
As we're leaving, I say to Furble, we should bring Bear with us. The big one scares me.
That's exactly why I left Bear behind. Or do you mean Fang?
Or Fang, I mean, I'm sorry. Fang.
Fang's
let's
fishing
see.
in the river. Let him eat. He's hungry.
Did you notice something was off?
Yeah. That would be why I hightailed it away from him and kept the fire between us.
Well, you should be a little sneakier while we're going over here.
What are these things?
It looks like it's rocks.
These,
Stalagmites, rocks, pillars.
Those look like
those,
forges.
yep, the forges the dwarves used.
Okay.
So let's see, number 38. The Chasm. The stream running through the old dwarven bladeworks meanders into a natural cavern, and finally tumbles into a great chasm. Easily 100 feet long and 50 feet wide. You can see nothing but darkness below, although you think you hear the roar of distant waters, over the shrill sound of the waterfall beside you. Across the chasm, a second small ledge is partially hidden by a spur of rock. And also, because you have superb dark vision, you can see there's an old ladder leading down into the darkness.
But it goes down further than I can see, right?
Yeah, more than 60 feet.
Alright. Well, I'll head back the other way and see where the river comes from. Still, I'm going to
Okay.
maintain my stealth the whole way.
There is a small inlet with a metal grating that lets the river pass into the bladeworks here. Also, there's 2 doors leading out of the bladeworks.
Okay, well, I will take my pack off so none of those documents that I just picked up are going to get soaked. Leave my pack on the ground. Well, the metal grate, does it go all the way to the ground, or is it just to the surface of the water?
Yeah, it's you would have to take it apart, which would be quite a lot of work. Also, the river is very fast flowing, so that would be quite dangerous. And from the way this is constructed, you don't think there's much behind it.
Okay, I'll listen at each one of these doors.
Okay. Yeah, only the sound of roaring water behind you.
Okay, well, nobody came out when there was combat, so is the door locked?
Nope.
I opened it up.
Okay. I'll just do both at the same time. These 2 rooms seem to have been used in earlier times and now again by the Durga as storerooms for raw materials for the smithy. You can also do a perception check.
Haha, 5.
Okay. Yeah, nothing that catches the eye really. Just bars of iron, lots of coal. The last shipment of weapons seems to have gone out too, so there's no finished works here right now.
Hey, I have a question. Is this just the body of the of that warrior, Jugar, that girl that mostly had
Yes.
The sword's sister or something like that she was with it?
Nimira, you mean?
Yeah.
She was chucked into the river by Furble.
Furble searched her first, though. Her weapon was normal, boring, and beaten up. And none of the Durgar were carrying any kind of noticeable treasure or anything, any personal items on them. So I'm gonna go get Bear Spirit and tell him to pull apart this grate.
Alright. Yeah, give me a strength check if you want to try.
Bear, there's a big metal grate over there. I think it might be a back way into a room.
No. That's back way. We need to go a front way. Further in.
Even with those things, those rocks you call brains, you must understand military strategy. You want to go in through the front? Fine. But make it so I can come in through the side or the back.
Either way, I'm gonna die on it. I don't plan on walking away. You might as well walk away with
Just to keep things going, Furble, if you're inspecting the grate more, you don't think it's gonna be a way into anything. Like the river that flows through here, it probably comes from upstairs, and this is its entry into the Dwarven halls.
Alright, how big is the grate? Or how wide is the holes in the grate?
You could float through, definitely.
I could fit through, but it's dark. Light a torch for me.
Oh, that goes against his whole stealthy approach.
He can't see. He doesn't have dark vision or anything.
Oh, well, you know what? Bear's gonna need a torch anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I have... Well, yeah, I got the adventure. Okay, so we'll light up a torch. I'll hold the torch in to illuminate the area and then let the sword go in and check it out.
Alright. Yeah, you can follow the channel for a couple feet inside, and it leads you underneath what seems to be a built structure. So there's probably a hallway above you, and then there's a small ledge before the river vanishes into the rock face.
Nothing there.
It's funny you suggested that, though, because when I was standing at those two doorways over there, I actually thought about opening the doorway enough to just chuck you in like a grenade and then close the door.
You probably wouldn't appreciate that much.
Go get him, lore keeper.
Oh yeah.
Poor David. He's got nothing to do.
Yeah, that's why
I'm setting up Jamie's character sheet right now.
Are you making another Geralt character?
Why
Well, I
not?
was wondering if he should play the wizard,
All you play is Geralt characters.
because the wizard could be joining us by now. He might be curious as to what's going on, and then he could play the wizard.
Hey, hey, Furble.
Yeah?
I'm not sure. I may have imagined it, but I thought I heard a voice coming from behind the throne.
Well,
it's probably
it's
nothing.
possible. I mean, there is another doorway back there.
Bear Spirit gets up and he's gonna start heading where Virgil is talking about and where he's
You can't hear the conversation. It was psionic.
No, but I'm saying this is what Bear was gonna do the whole time.
Okay.
He wants to go further into the complex. He's gonna go in that room where he talked to Furble in the first place. About and Furble said nothing's there except the door, but he's gonna go further in. And he's just gonna start going and leading the way. He doesn't care if he lives or dies. He's going in and he's gonna finish it.
Bear. Hold on a tick.
Hold on for what?
You keep rushing into things, you're gonna have enemies coming from behind,
Bear
from in
don't
front and
care.
behind.
Bear don't care about that. I fear nothing. I wait that. I won't.
Do you want to face it alone? Because
Yes.
I'm not gonna keep chasing after you.
Yeah, Bear's already done told you if you want, you leave. You might as well live. But Bear, They don't plan on leaving here alive. I'm gonna go meet my destiny. Destroy them or die. Either or.
Well,
So,
Furball's not willing to just rush in all willy-nilly, and he doesn't want to leave things at his back, so until he at least checks out this other room, he's not going in there.
Okay. Yeah. So you're moving toward that door to the back, while Bear Spirit is moving ahead. Bear Spirit, give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Did have good perception until in that spirit. Let's see, perception plus 4, 14.
Alright. Yeah, you think you can hear a voice beyond that door that is carved in the image of a black-faced dwarf. It sounds like a woman singing. Before you open up though...
Do I understand the language?
Nah, you just hear there's a voice. It's not in the room behind, but further along. So even if you could understand the language, it would be too quiet.
Okay.
Let's have a quick look to where Furball is moving.
I was just thinking, between the Orcish curse, the possessive ghost, and the cursed weapon, if Bear Spirit survives this, he's going to have multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Disassociated identity.
But his whole thing was that he wants to die, that he's getting older and he doesn't want to, that he came along, you know, he wants to slay and kill everything, but he wants to die in glorious combat. He doesn't want to live. That's the thing. He's getting older. He doesn't want to die an old man. He wants to die glorious death in combat. And this is the place to do it.
Okay. So let's see, number 41, the kitchens. At the top of the stairs, you find a corridor heading south that opens up into a large room lined with hearths, pots, pans, cauldrons, and kettles. Pots, pans, cauldrons, and kettles lie scattered throughout the room, and an archway to your right leads into a pantry filled with rotted foodstuffs. This room once served as the kitchen for the dwarven smiths. Suddenly, you hear a scraping sound, and a big wooden table shudders and begins to move, heading right for you.
Run back out the door and slam it behind me.
Yeah, probably a wise choice. You could also see some of the pots and knives and kettles starting to stir and move.
No thank you. Had enough with one ghost already.
Yeah, and you can pretty much presume there's no grey dwarfs in here. Okay, let's move over to Bear Spirit. What do you do?
Kick open that door.
Alright, room number 40. Dogden's quarters. This room appears to be a bedchamber. In the far right corner stands the remains of a large wooden sleeping compartment, badly gouged by axe blows and partially burned. A table, bench and writing desk have been similarly treated. In the middle of the far wall, a space has been cleared for a simple sleeping pallet and a pair of large satchels. 2 doors exit the room to the north.
The spirit steps in. He looks at the doors and he says, "Any, mini, miny, mo." And he's gonna pick a door. He's gonna go to this.
Okay, behind you find a small room that serves no obvious purpose at first sight. But then you notice that one more of those hidden doors has been left ajar to the right.
Bear wonders where this goes.
Okay, as you're moving into the room, what do you others do?
We're just moving up to where we saw Bear go.
Yeah, you hear him rummaging around ahead.
Let me know whenever we catch up to him as he's wandering through.
Yeah, I think Bear is just about to push open the door as you reach the doorway carved in the likeness of Durgadin.
I'm awake now, so
Yeah.
as we're walking in there, I see that. Do I need to make a check for anything
No.
about it, or?
Not at all. This is him. These are his quarters. You know he preferred a Spartan lifestyle. And well, this room brings up memories. This image of his is quite close to what he actually looked like.
Verbal.
And a deep sadness settles over you.
Verbal.
Aye.
This is his room.
Ooh.
Whose room?
Durgadin's. My maker. This is where he lived. Where I lived with him. I remember it now. That's him up there, see? It looks so much like him.
Furball will take a moment or so to kind of study the visage and commit it to memory.
Alright.
Alright, my turn.
Yeah, from here you can hear the voice clearer now. It seems she's singing, using common, but in a bit of an antiquated fashion.
What's that mean?
An old-timey use of the language, like spoken 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Oh, okay. Alright. What's the words? I listen a little harder trying to make out the words.
Let's see.
Interesting.
I think I have something that would be quite. I think that suits her voice quite well. Sad but soothing. And our Furball and Lawkeeper moving up, you can now also hear it more clearly.
Before we go into the doorway he went into, I want to peek inside this other one and see what's in there.
Okay. Yeah, this was a room Durgadin used to stash our personal belongings. You find a couple, well, dwarves probably didn't use books or anything, but rather like metal and stone tablets. Quite a lot of those, rotten cloves. couple of tools. If you have a closer look around for treasure, let me see what you can find.
Do I sense anything?
Give me a roll a d20 for me. We'll see.
Alright. That's a 3.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Bear Spirit.
Yeah, my turn.
The secret door ahead of you is probably hidden from the other side. But again, in these hidden corridors, they have not been given a stone facing from the inside, from where you're at, so you can clearly see it.
Okay. I continue heading further along the stone wall and does it turn to my right or does it keep going straight?
It goes into another room, very much like the other one, with another well. Let me give you the description. Number 40, right?
46.
40. The common room. The hallway leads into a second open chamber, about 30 feet wide and deep and 40 wide. 3 doors open into this room, and another dark pool waits in a low stone basin in the center of the chamber. This room is littered with the remains of old warriors. No less than 7 dwarven corpses lie where they fell 100 years ago, surrounded by at least a dozen orc warriors. Someone went to the trouble to strip the dead of their arms and armor, leaving behind a handful of broken weapons and shattered shields.
First says, "Ooh, wonder who would do that. Wonder where all the armor and shields are."
Yeah, and as you speak, you can hear the singing stop, and a voice from beyond one of those doors. Hello? Hello? Is someone there?
Yes, me Bear Spirit. What do you want?
Please help me. An evil wizard has imprisoned me here.
You don't trick me. Evil wizards trick me before. I'm not falling for no tricky magic stuff. Bear hates that.
I'm not, I promise you. Please. Please help me. Please let me out of here.
Who are you?
My name is Idala.
Let's see. Let me see. Bear falls for too many trickeries as it is. Damn. I want to make an insight check to see if she's lying or she's telling the truth.
Okay.
Bear is always falling in shit.
But I thought he wasn't afraid.
Bear isn't afraid, but he super hates tricky fighting and tricky magic. He thinks it's cheating.
Yeah.
I rolled a 16 and I have a +1 to insight.
Okay.
So that'd be 17.
Yeah. There seems to be no falsehood in her voice, and as you rebuff her cries for help, you can hear her starting to sob.
Fine. Bear think he can trust you. Where are you at?
Over here. Um, sounds like it is this door, and she's probably banging against it.
Oh yeah, I
With
was just about to say, better say bang on the door, so I know what door. All right. I kick open the door. I say, back away from the door. I kick open the door.
Right, let's see. 49. Idala's den. This room was once the library, or study of a scholar. Bookshelves stand against the walls. Several piles of books rest on reading tables in the middle of the room, and the room reeks of moldy paper. Or, rather a metally, smell here in a dwarven library. Two doors exit to the east and the south. A slender woman of medium height and long red hair sits in a chair at the table, or actually she's stood up to bang on the door, looking extremely sad. Her clothing looks well worn, though it does little to detract from the beauty of her appearance.
Bruce says, "You pretty woman."
Yeah, she comes toward you.
Is she human? What,
Yeah.
I might not know like sub races, but does she look like, what race does she look like? Human?
She looks like a human, maybe with a bit of an elven influence, but not a proper half elf.
Okay, so Bruce said, "What you doing down here? How'd you get down?" We fought hard battles to get this far, and Foxy Lady, she died. I think, or she frozen and dead. I don't know. No way to bring her back. Magic Man, he's lost somewhere down below.
What about the dead dwarf? Come on, haunting these halls.
Oh, me make deal with him and he go away.
She takes a step back, looking frightened. Her eyes widen. Furble and company, you're moving up on the
I tell
conversation as it happens.
I defeated him. He go away now.
I don't know how to thank you. You cannot imagine the things. Thank you. And her large red eyes fixate you.
Oh shit. My turn.
Not yet. Well, she is charming, but
yeah, I know, but is she gonna like try to? Cause I'm easily charmed too. Well, no, I got high charisma now, I guess. But Bear says, "Why wizard keep you down here? How old you are?"
I cannot remember. It's been forever.
You must be really, really old. Bear thought he was old. Bear only like 30. His clan members only lived about 30 or 40.
It must have been years he kept me here. He lives down in the chasm.
What chasm?
Over yonder. And she points in the direction of the chasm that Furble discovered earlier.
Well,
But
you take Bear there, and Bear will fight him.
thank you. I do not know how I can repay you. And as she's looking into your eyes, there's something strange happening to you.
Okay.
You have a feeling of trust, like you want to protect this woman from anything in the world, and please do a wisdom save.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be funny. Oh, shit. Oh, much English. Oh, I rolled a 15!
What's your bonus?
A +1, so that's 16?
Okay. Well, what she tells you seems to be right.
Okay. Bear protect you. Bear won't let nothing happen.
Oh, thank you. And she comes to and just as Verbal and Fang, Lawkeeper, turn the corner, she's laying her hands on your shoulders and pulling you in close, looking into your eyes. But as she sees your companions behind you, she just smiles at you in a bewitching way.
Huh. Bear stop.
How
It's
can I
hard.
ever repay you, my shining knight?
It's too funny trying to play like an oaf, like some type of a character that's like an oaf that, you know, is just strong and doesn't know, like, you know, that's not too intelligent, but, you know, it's pretty funny and hard too. But
Yeah.
Bear, you repay Bear by showing Bear where his enemies are, so I can destroy them. See,
Well,
Bear have trophy weapon he won in great combat, and I must go destroy all the enemies.
how can I ever repay you, my knight in shining armor?
Bear say you show 'em where enemy are.
Down there. Let me show you.
Okay.
Just get me out of here.
Yep. Okay, get her out of there.
Yeah. She clings close to you, and Verbal, Lorekeeper, you've never seen Bear like this. Like, he looks like a love-struck fool.
Ah, great.
Oh, hello there.
Don't mind ugly gray man. He's supposed to be healing man, but he don't heal Bear much. Bear, that's alright. Bear tough. He know how to do it. So.
Yeah.
And
You're
stupid.
my great warrior.
And that stupid talking sword. Don't pay stupid talking sword no mind. Stupid sword tricky. He's tricky and mean. He plays stupid tricky games with Bear.
Yeah. You notice something else, Lorekeeper, Verbal. Before, since his possession by Arundel, Bear Spirit was speaking in that weird two-voiced way, but in her presence that seems to be gone.
Oh shit, I have no idea what the fuck is going on, but shit's about to get real. Oh
Can't
my
really
God.
figure out if that's a good thing or not.
I have no idea what the fuck's going on. Like, Davis literally fucking got me stumped. I'm literally fucking stumped. Hey, Bear say, hey, wait, you want to repay Bear? You bring back Bear friend. She frozen solid. We don't know if she's dead though, but she frozen solid. You bring her back. You make her come back to life for our daughter. And make her come back. That's how you repay Bear.
Anything for you, love.
Okay.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, Bear gets you out of here. I pick her up, and I sheath my weapon, which I normally have never sheathed my weapon. I mean, I sleep with my fucking weapons, you know, and I actually kind of sheath my weapon and stuff, and I pick her up in my arms and carry her.
Alright, yeah.
And I carry her back down to Fox Lady. I say, yeah, you help Bear bring Fox Lady back.
Yeah,
Bear
so
do anything.
you just press past your friend.
Yeah, I just push
And
her down.
No, you don't have to push past. We're backing up. We're keeping our distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we go back. Okay, see, they're Foxy. You bring her back.
Okay. Now I'm gonna bend the rules a bit here. But I think it is quite fitting.
I mean, but Bear is not a selfish person. He's a brute, and he's kind of a dof, or he's a dof, but he has deep down inside he might be a savage and bloodthirsty and a murderer, you know, but deep down though he is caring, especially for those that you know that have accompanied him for a while, you know, like he don't care for Sword that much, or the Gray Man, he only been there for a little bit, but Foxy, he met Foxy all the way in the village, so he kind of you know, even though he like might had to listen to Foxy's sass and all that, but he still likes her and thinks of her as someone, as a friend. Because Bear doesn't make any friends, you know, because he kills everybody, so he doesn't have enough time to make friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Scarlet, David, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. So you see Bear Spirit entering the room, and your heart misses a beat. You thought they were going to leave you here.
Yeah.
But he's not alone, and also Furble and even Lawkeeper. Like you're not struck by the beauty of flesh and blood normally, as a sword, but this is the most beautiful being you have ever seen. And she steps towards Scarlet, and Scarlet, you can see her true form. As she reaches out to you, puts 2 fingers gently under your skin, under your chin.
Yeah.
You can see how the skin on her back breaks open, and 2 dark wings of shadow break out of her back. A wicked smile on her face and a devilish glow in her eyes as the succubus comes close to you and lays her lips on yours.
And I can't do anything.
Nope, you can just think, oh shit.
Oh, fucking awesome! This is great. Succubuses are hot too, so Bear still don't care. As far as Bear concerns, you know it's very Bear.
Yeah, she, like, in that form she is showing you others, she's just a very, very beautiful woman. But to Scarlet, she's something more.
Yeah.
And she's gonna become something way more.
Oh no.
You haven't felt anything since you turned to ice. Nothing at all. But you feel the warmth of her lips, and then you feel something else.
Oh.
It's a pulling deep inside you, followed by a feeling of emptiness. And as the warmth spreads through your body, your soul, or at least part of it, leaves it.
Man.
So how this is going to work? She's going to use powerful devil magic to turn you back into flesh and blood. But she's gonna take something from you.
Oh, great.
And that something is part of your soul. So Bear is charmed by her. You, Scarlet, you are now a devil's thrall.
Oh man.
Awesome.
Oh man.
That's so great. See, Bear helped you, Foxy. I come to your rescue. I killed all the ugly dwarfs, and you get frozen and die, and Bear find pretty woman, and she bring you back to life. See?
And Scarlet just plain stands there, not saying anything, looking straight into this devil woman with an expressionless face.
Now I'm gonna give you the decision. You can refuse her gift. You can die here. Or you can let her do her thing.
Oh, I'll probably just let her do the thing. Kitsune is part succubus anyway.
Yeah, maybe this was destiny.
You are a little succubus. You're sassy enough.
Welcome back, Scarlet. She whispers into your ear. Then takes a step back. You see? I was not imprisoned without reason. Now go and slay the beast. I will be waiting for you here.
Where's the beast at?
He dwells down in the chasm.
Scarlet doesn't say a word. She just picks up the rest of her effects and heads over towards the chasm without another word.
What exactly is this beast you speak of?
A wizard. The one who brought me here. The one who imprisoned me. I want you to end him. Verbal and Lawkeeper, you can do an insight check. Bear Spirit is charmed, or
Bear Spirit saying,
Scarlet has just lost her soul.
Bear Spirit saying,
6.
why you kiss Foxy Lady and not Bear Spirit?
I am so unbelievably unaware of what's going on here.
Yeah, I've got a 6.
Oh god.
I have a 5.
Yeah, all of this seems weird, but you know how it is. You trust beautiful people.
Well, and also keep in mind that probably literally Furball has only known these people for maybe 2 total days, 3 at the most.
Yeah, she smiles at you, and she's definitely telling the truth.
Constructs aren't affected by charms, right?
Does it say anything you're immune to charm?
No, but it says I am a construct.
Let me check.
I think it says if you're. I think it will actually specify if you're immune to charm. Like when I played animated armor,
Yeah.
I was immune to charm.
So charm person means you can charm humanoids.
Well, Lorekeeper is nothing if not anything like the definition of humanoid.
Exactly. Yeah, and it also does for her. One humanoid the fiend can see, but she can only charm one person at a time. Anyway, so this is nothing magical. She's just lying to you.
Well, Lorekeeper's just gonna kind of keep silent. He's oblivious to what's going on, but he's just going along with the flow right now.
Yeah, and you have never seen someone so beautiful. I mean, Durgadin and the dwarves, yeah, they were what you knew, but this is something unearthly about this woman.
So I will just kind of rest my hand on the pommel of Lorekeeper, and psionically I want to ask him, since he's familiar with this area, does he remember what any of the rest of these rooms are or were? Or are they just living quarters, or of the rooms that we haven't explored yet?
Mm-hmm. Let me double check.
That would be a history check, at the very least. If I can
Um,
remember.
yeah, let's do a history check. Also, we haven't been everywhere in Kundrukar. Um, but there might be one more room that could be interesting to you.
15.
Okay. She was locked into the library, which is very close to the old armory.
Well, back where we found her, there's the armory, but I don't think there's anything else around here that would be of interest.
Okay. Well, shall we head out?
Oh, and one more thing. Arundel's chambers. Like, these are living quarters, but you know the priest had bigger and better ones than most in the keep.
And there was Arndur's chambers, but I'm not going in there.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us.
Don't.
I don't know what Bear thinks he did to that ghost or where it ended up, but I'm not confident that it's gone. I mean, I walked over into the kitchen and things started flying.
I could feel him
Bear
during the
says-
battle.
Anything good in armory?
That's what we should check out on our way.
Yeah, let's go check out armory. In other room too. Bear wonder what's another. You come along, pretty lady.
Well, it was a
We might
psionic
need your help.
conversation.
Bear might need your help.
Oh no, pretty. I'm gonna wait here for you. You come back and bring me a head. You're good at collecting them, aren't you?
Bear might want to keep head as trophy for himself.
Oh. Would you deny me this wish, darling?
Fine. Bear. The bear keep best trophy though.
Yeah, and she takes a seat in the throne and waits for you to leave. Okay. As far as you can recollect, the armory is in here.
Where was her at? I didn't see it. Oh, okay.
And this is Arundel's room.
Okay. I'm gonna go check out Arundel's. Bear say it's safe. Arundel go bye-bye. He not here no more, I promise.
I didn't tell you any of that conversation, Bear.
No, I'm talking to Furball.
Did Furry
yeah,
tell
but
you any of the conversation?
True.
No, I know. No, the Furball ran away last time over here. That's why I said it. Because
We
Furball was
didn't
scared.
tell you
No,
that.
listen.
Vince.
Listen,
yeah,
what
the
I'm
point
saying
is,
Furball was scared of the spirit and ran away, and he's going
You
down
talk
over here
sense
to
into
check
him,
the
Dave.
room.
the thing is, Vince, Arundel might tell you where his room was, and you probably know actually, but about the armory, that conversation was only between Furball and the sword.
Oh, I thought I asked about. Well, I heard. Well, I could hear him talking out loud, can't I?
Nah, he's speaking telepathically.
No, I
Well,
specifically
Furball-
said I rested my hand on the pommel so I could psychically communicate with
What?
her.
Well, I thought only the sword could speak telepathically. We can't speak telepathically to it.
Might be a point, but you didn't really hear what
All right. Well, anyway.
Lawkeeper
okay.
said. Yeah. Anyway, we're
Well,
here
then
now.
and then in that case, I just trail along.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point I was going to bring up the armory anyway because I want to get. I do want to stop by there, and I don't want Bear just running off before we have a chance to check it out.
They're getting ready for battle. They're gonna go in the corner and talk to himself and say, "Hey, where can Bear find powerful armor, items, weapons before I go into battle?" He's gonna talk to his spirit. by himself in the corner so nobody could hear him. I think
I
he's
think as
very-
long as you're charmed by the succubus, he's actually gone.
Oh no shit! He's actually gone.
Yeah, she cast him out.
Is there a
She
radius?
denies him power over you because she wants to have it.
Okay, wait. I got a question. How does charm work? Like, is there a radius? How long am I charmed for?
You're charmed for a day. In this case.
Holy shit! I'm charmed for a whole 24 hours.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like as I said, I'm bending the rules a bit with her just to keep things moving since
Okay,
Oh.
good enough. That's good. Okay.
we're coming up on the end of things. And yeah, like her magic is stronger than his.
All right. But Bear's gonna ask Furball or tell Furball we need to gear up. That pretty woman says we need to go and pit and destroy evil magic man. So we need to find good armor and stuff.
So, just a quick question before we go forward. Was Scarlet planning on jumping off the cliff? Coming with us?
I think she was just plain told what to do, and she just plain follows now.
Yeah.
You probably think that she probably looks stoned.
Did she at least grab her items?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Scarlet, as you're walking back to the chasm and staring into the dark, you hear Idala coming up from behind. No, stupid. Use the ladder.
Ah. That's what she'll do. That's what she does. That's what she does.
Oh, that's so funny.
And her voice is quite different when she's talking to you than the
Yeah.
others. Like there's that whole Galadriel, terrible but beautiful queen vibe to
Yeah.
her.
hmm
Okay, so what are you guys going to do?
Have Lorekeeper point out the armory to me so we can make that stop.
That would be here.
Is that the sound of Lorekeeper pointing out the armory?
Okay, let's see. Room number 48. Rows of empty weapon racks and a dozen more stands for missing suits of armor indicate that this was once an armory. Some debris litters the floor. Wrecked stands and hacked arming dummies, but nothing of value is readily apparent.
Damn. That's stupid. Wait.
I want to check these two doors before we go downstairs. She said she was locked in here, but there's two more doorways.
Yeah. So let's see, 14.
49A.
As you're having a look around, please give me a investigation check. So, just to give you an overview, you're standing in the library right now, and in 49A, you can see what would have been the living quarters of the scholar, who lived here in the times the dwarves still dwelled in these halls. So again, you see one of those stone beds, a bit of furniture, everything rotted away. Everything that wasn't stone, that is.
Alright, so I asked Lorekeeper to assist, which she was kind enough to oblige. My best roll is a 15.
Okay. Yeah, so there's not much of worth in the bedchamber of the scholar as far as you can see. But having a look through the library, your gaze falls upon a couple of these metal tablets the dwarves were using, and you would presume these might be of magical nature.
Magic isn't anything I can understand, or does it look more like arcane stuff?
It looks more like arcane stuff. You might be able to identify it though. Unless you don't have spells for it, which is the case.
Yeah, I don't think...
You could make a lore arcana check.
Nah, I wouldn't be able to use them anyway. So, I'll kind of hide them behind some other stuff to come back to later.
It is 4 of these tablets.
Okay, yeah, I'll just kind of hide them behind some other books or tablets or whatever else.
Cool.
And so we can come back to them later. Nothing I can use anyway, but it might be of use later.
Bear Spirit, do you visit Arundel's chambers before you move out?
Yeah.
Or... Okay, that was
Actually, I'm going to start kicking in these doors. I'm going to go down. I don't know where they are. Unless he told me. I'm just going to start kicking in.
Since you had an insight into the mind of Arundel, you kind of know where he was living. The room's marked 44 here. These are all living chambers, barracks, and inside you find corpses long since turned to stone or rotted away, personal belongings which aren't worth much, and lots of smashed furniture. The orcs looted this place, obviously. The room marked 47 though, those are Arundel's chambers.
Yes, I go.
So let's see. Surprisingly, this room has not been looted. These were once the personal quarters of an important dwarf, decorated with tapestries and furnished comfortably. Although age has taken its toll on the room's contents, a beautiful rug easily 20 feet across covers the floor in the center of the room, and a simple bed and writing desk stand in the southwest corner of the chamber. Also something catches your eye. A symbol of hammer and anvil lies on the writing desk.
I go over there and check it out.
Alright. Yeah, it's masterful stonework that has gone into this little precious piece of art. And you know this is a holy symbol of Moradin, probably the mountain father. And even though you cannot hear him, something inside you draws you toward this very item.
Okay, it draws me toward. I grab it, pick it up.
Okay. Furble, Fang, and Lawkeeper standing down the hallway. You can see a bright light shining from room number 47 as Bear Spirit grabs the holy item.
Bear Spirit, I wonder what this is.
Yeah, I would say it does a couple of things. First, it brings Arundel into contact with his deity again. And you can hear the songs of old. You can feel the power that can shape stone and give it life. And you feel a benevolent presence. Something is wrong though. And you now have several conflicting personalities, so to speak,
Oh, yeah.
which tell you to do different things with this. And I think since you're torn between these points, we're gonna leave the decision to Bear Spirit, and that means you.
Okay.
First, Arundel, who, even though he's a twisted creature of madness and despair now, wants to return to the stone.
Okay.
And this is his chance.
Yeah, this is a chance. I did tell him
Um,
to help him free him.
You could be cleansed. You could free the spirit. But you are carrying a holy symbol of a different deity, which is fighting it. And if you want to give Moradin the power to free Arundel, you will give him the power to destroy your flail. This will also break the charm of Idala. Secondly, Groomj, who made your flail and imbued the artifact with power, wants you to smash it to bits and destroy it, because it is the symbol of one of his great enemies. And third, Idala tells you gods are for fools. Leave it.
Your spirit, like, damn, Beard don't know what to do. Beard did say though, and I give word that I'll find a way to free spirit. And so I think that's what Beard did. Beard's gonna free the spirit. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna return the spirit back to this.
Okay. Yeah, Lawkeeper, you hear a sound you haven't heard in ages. The singing of dwarves, the old songs that can shape stone, the voice of the Mountain Father, ringing through these halls.
I start pulling Furball forward. Like, we have to go there. That's. And he's just like, he's stammering, and he can't put his thoughts coherently at this point. It's just.
What about the ghost?
He's just yanking on it. It's either Furball's gonna come with him, or he's gonna tear free and go forward himself.
Well, for now, we'll check it out.
Okay, so I release the spirit back into the stone, and do I see the spirit? And I tell him, see, Beard keep his word. I honor in our tribe. We honor ancestor spirits, and Beard keep his word. He find way for you to be free.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, you have to fix gray healing man, no ugly gray man. You have to heal him back though, too, because Beard doesn't keep his word.
That I cannot do. I am sorry. By the way, Arundel's form now. He's not twisting and turning and changing anymore, not tearing off his face like he did before. He, again, and you Lawkeeper, you know this man. It's a soft-spoken dwarf with a certain sadness in his eyes. And he reaches out toward Bear Spirit. Sadly, I cannot undo what I have done, but I can help you. I can set you free, in the name of the Mountain Father. Give me your weapon.
No, this Beard trophy weapon.
Oh, joy.
Then all was for naught. And you can see him changing again.
Well, he went back into the stone, right?
No, your decision here is free Arundel, give Moradin power over these halls, and destroy the holy weapon of Groomj.
Shit, I thought it was multiple.
You could,
Fine.
the multiple choices are give Moradin power, give Groomj power, or give Idala power. And Moradin
Fine.
will not have a cursed weapon in his halls.
Fine, Bear give you special weapon. And I give it to him.
Yeah, and before you appears a ghostly altar shaped like an anvil, a hammer in the hand of the ghost of Arundel as he smashes down on the weapon, and with the screams of 1,000 orcs who have shed blood in the name of the one-eyed god carrying this weapon, the artifact is destroyed, Arundel vanishes, and Idala's spell on you is broken. You can hear a scream from the hall. Idala's voice, twisted in pain. And Scarlet, you can hear her voice too.
Ooh.
No, no, no! And even though you know she's gone for now,
Mm-hmm.
you know you will carry her with you wherever you go.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. In fact, you might see Scarlet's back kind of like start to poke out a couple wings that are similar to the
Yeah.
Snuffygus.
I
Or
like
maybe as a form of refuge.
it. Exactly.
The succubus takes on Scarlet's goes into Scarlet, much like what the ghost did to with Bear Spirit.
Yeah, definitely. I like it very much. She's just looking for a place to escape this divine wrath,
Yeah.
and she finds it in you.
Mm-hmm.
There will be no effect for now.
Yeah.
And other than that, your fingers are restored,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and you might be able to call upon her
Ah.
in the future.
So we give it a 1 possession.
Yeah. Maybe instead of taking a level in Rogue, maybe she becomes part Warlock.
That would be quite fitting.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Cool. Alright, yeah. Arundel's ghost has been set free by you. And all that remains is the chasm and what waits in the deep.
Damn it, so now I gotta remember.
Well, it is 10:30.
Yeah, it is pretty late.
Yeah, it's getting quite late.
Right, so delete my flail then, right?
Yeah.
Right, let's see where I can delete it. Yeah.
But you have kept your promise. You have freed Arundel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear's pissed about it though because he lost his. That was like his best trophy weapon. You know, he doesn't care for. He doesn't really know the difference or really care about good or evil and shit. You know, that was just his trophy weapon he won off of powerful foe, and that he won it, you know, fair and square.
Oh yeah, it was just a cursed weapon.
Yeah.
Let me see. So
now I go back to my original stats and lose the charisma.
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Arundel's gone. But also is the charm of Idala. Now, since this is pretty much the end of the adventure,
Yes.
there's the question. Like, I think we're not gonna do the last fight, but I think
I want to do the last fight.
should we? I think we're not gonna do it tonight, definitely.
We could do that
Not
next week and then wrap this up. And if we have all of our characters started for next week, we could start the next campaign.
Yeah.
Wait, what do
So-
you mean next week and next campaign?
I'm gonna DM.
Oh, you're gonna DM.
Like you're very close to ending this, and I'm gonna load up the next map and then give you a bit of a cliffhanger, since we presume you're climbing down into the chasm.
Yep.
And as soon as you know what awaits you down there, I'd say we leave our heroes and we can then make a decision whether we want to do the fight next week or jump straight into the mines of Fandelver.
I
But
would
it
like
is-
to do the fight. Yeah. I want to see it.
I think we shouldn't miss it.
Yeah. I actually want to see the fight to see if they're.
So, do you have your stuff saved?
Yep.
I made a
Yeah,
save.
No. Hold on. Let me save. Save. Let me do a quick save. Let's see. Toggle. Assistant. Where's my token? Where's Spirit token? Assistant. Okay, I'm good.
Cool. Here comes the Black Lake. Now there's not too much to find here, but there is something. So where's your tokens?
Oops.
Right here.
So yeah, let me just give you a little tour through the area known as the Black Lake, and then you will know what you will be facing next week. A thundering spray of water fills this chamber, pooling and flowing out to join a larger river to the north. The air is damp, and the roaring of the waterfall is deafening. A broad ledge heads north toward the river, and then turns out of sight to the east. The muddy banks of the pool look like footprints or tracks of some kind might have disturbed them. Do you then come upon the dwarf bridges? A fast-moving underground river roars under an old dwarven bridge moving from east to west. On the south bank, a rusted old chain ladder leads up into the darkness. Okay, that is where you came from. Moving to 52. The dilapidated bridge leads to another ledge that winds southeast along a very large lake, the source of the underground river. The cavern is quite large. The lake's far shore is lost in shadow, and the echoes of water seem to indicate a very sizable cave. As you pick your way along the lakeshore, you hear a small splash and catch a glimpse of a small green light moving in the darkness. Then the water erupts in spray as a black-scaled dragon the size of a small horse bursts out of the water. And that is where we will start next week.
Ooh.
Cool.
So no wizard down here. She was just plain lying to you. But we'll see what happens and how you can deal with this creature.
Okay,
Also-
perfect.
You know, dragons usually have a horde.
Yeah.
Cool. So that was almost the end of the Forge of Fury for us. I hope
Tell
you
me
enjoyed the
about
ride.
it.
And I really liked how dynamic and fucked up this adventure got toward the end.